Welcome back, everyone. We are doing our Let's Play of Dragonbane, or the Dragonbane RPG by Free League. I always want to pronounce this is based off an old 19, or not really that old, but a 1982 game from Scandinavia. I will butcher it, but it's basically Dragons versus Demons that Free League was able to remaster and kind of bring over to the States, as well as kind of the West too. So we're going to be diving into this system, kind of putting it through its paces. And as always, one of the big things we're going to be doing is we're going to give away a free PDF copy of the rulebook to one lucky viewer. So the Nightbot is up. Let me throw a thing in the chat. But if you type Dragon into the chat, you will get entered in by our kind of bot automatically for the raffle, which we'll be doing at the end for your own core PDF of the Dragonbane rulebook that you can use to kind of bring your own adventures to the table. Yeah, let's dive into it. So we're coming through, and we're gonna kind of meet our characters in a second, but this is set in the Misty Vale. The Misty Vale has a pretty steeped tradition. It's been the site of bloody wars, the site of empires, the site of a lot of different competing factions that have shaped the world, have shaped the Vale to their own interests. For years before humanity began, before some of the other races found their skills, the Misty Vale was the site of a draconic empire. But the draconic empire's main competitors were these demons who were brought into being and seemed to compete with the draconics. Where the dragons brought order, the demons brought chaos, and for millennia they competed and kind of fought and warred against each other until eventually both groups disappeared. And in that space, humanity, some of the other races began and appeared and made their way into the Misty Vale, finding the ruins, the left behinds, the remains of these great empires and beings, finding treasures from ages beyond telling and resources that could change the scope of humanity in the Misty Vale, bringing on a lot of adventurers and treasure hunters, people who willing to risk their life to brave these ruins, who have kind of treacherous traps and sometimes still haunted by the beings who once defended them, and see if they can find their own fortune within. And luckily, we've got such a party here who's going to be trying to brave a valley and see if they can find the treasure within and see if they can not only find that treasure, but hopefully survive the encounter and come out the other way as they are beginning their expedition into the Draconic Graveyard. Before we go too far, I do want to meet the PCs, so I'm going to kind of go through and I'll have whoever wants to go first can volunteer and basically say kind of what your PC looks like, a little bit about kind of your PC's background, just some fun facts for that. And then what we're going to do, because you guys are going to be a crew that knows each other too. This isn't your first kind of foray into the danger. We're going to have some group building questions too. So we're going to have everybody kind of go through and see kind of who their PC is. And then we'll kind of throw some group building questions in and then kick off the adventure. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So I'm Erd Ironmaster. I'm a dwarven blacksmith, artisan, of course, and I'm here to party. I'm here to swing my hammer to find that treasure. I'm after some rare ores that we may find along the way. So don't you worry, ladies and laces. I'm here for you. Erd is, as you would expect, a very muscular dwarf. Though as respectable for all dwarfs, he's got a little bit extra weight around his stomach. Below his mustache and heavy beard, you'll find a single silver tooth. Might catch your attention every once in a while. That aforementioned beard is a dark amber red sort of color, and it stretches basically from his ears down to his belly button in tight, intricate braids, held together by heavy, iron-worked cuffs. And he sports himself a mighty warhammer.
Nice. And with your adventure, why does he brave the wilderness and make his way into these kind of inhospitable ruins?
Well, as I mentioned, he's an artisan blacksmith, so he's kind of mastered the mundane of the metalworking, and he is looking for more exotic materials. And so that's what he's hoping to find on these escapades with his compatriots into the wilds.
Perfect. And definitely some rare metals, rare gems, and things that can be worked in within the ruins from the old Draconic empires. Uh, Perfect. Who wants to go next?
I can go next. I will be playing Tim, one of the two hunters on this lovely hunting team. Tim is a young human, and all of these were rolled attributes. Loved rolling for all of these in character creation. Tim is a young human who's uh, abnormally pale and pasty and thin and wiry. Walks around with his longbow hefted on his shoulder. He is pessimistic, and he has a pet. He has a wolf companion, not a pet, but a hunting companion who goes in for the melee kills while he shoots from a distance.
Nice. And what brings Tim? That's actually one of the cool things with Dragonbane too. You can kind of just go through and just straight roll your PC and get some fun facts about him. For Tim, why does he adventure? What brings him out?
For Tim, it's about it's a tenuous thing between like protecting the people who represent civilization, but also serving nature that represents like the wilderness, and he is trying to make sure that neither one overwhelms the other.
Sure.
So he's in the party just to be kind of nature's advocate.
Nice.
I am the other hunter. If you can see, you can't see my face because I don't have a functional camera. So instead, you actually get to look at what my character looks like, and as you can tell, he is broken. Just a wreck of a man who's lost all will. His name is Smokey, because I have plague and have this wonderful voice to share with all of you. And he smokes as well. He is another hunter with a fox that tries to give him some life, but it's a tough job for that fox, and that fox is not a real proper medical serotonin boost. So we go where the work is, so we can see another day.
Okay. So you kind of Smokey's out adventuring this fox, just trying to keep alive. It sounds like just trying to keep going.
Yep. I'll make it. Maybe. We'll see. Whatever.
Perfect. Sweet. Who wants to go next? I think we've got two left.
Yeah, I can go. So I'm Eldgrim Yorgulf Wolfkin, but most people call me Nomad. I have some chainmail armor that's quite heavy and fearsome, but it's probably been years since it's gotten the cleaning it's needed. My boots are similarly covered in mud from all sorts of different places. I have the bearing of a soldier trained in military, but it's been a long time since I've been a part of any army, so I clearly know how to use a variety of weapons, though. So I have kind of dark fur, pointed ears, and a scar across one eye.
Nice. Perfect. And why did you start adventuring?
After I left the military, it was hard to find other uses for my skills, and I was kind of eager to strike off alone, but quickly learned that wasn't the best option and ran into some trouble. And so joined up with this crew because the extra manpower, as well as their skills that I am lacking, I suspect will come in handy.
Nice. And last but not least, or everybody, Doomer, I think you're still up, right?
I thought I had already gone. No?
Oh, did everybody go? Sweet. So with that, these are kind of the crew. So one of the big things after that, we're gonna figure out kind of how you all came together as an adventuring crew on this side. So I'll take whoever, and we'll kind of throw these questions out. One person will get to answer each, just 5 questions, just to kind of see how you guys came together and learn a little bit more about your adventuring crew. So the biggest one, or the first one, we'll say, how did this group come together? You got kind of various beings of different skills in a world that's pretty harsh and dire, but full of opportunity. What opportunity brought you all together?
Maybe there was some kind of bounty that we all tried to go for, like, individually, and all of us failed. And so we, like, a couple of us were talking it over in a tavern afterwards, talking about our failure to maybe slay some monster. And we're like, well, if we can't all do it alone, maybe we should give it a shot together. And we were able to do it successfully together.
Yeah, that works for me.
Let's try to slay some beasts, gather the treasure, kind of failed solely, and just kind of do the whole band together. Were you guys eventually successful in getting the treasure, or did you guys just kind of move on to kind of a new opportunity after that?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if we did succeed once we put all of our skills together.
Nice. And with that, so how long has this group been together? And is this something that's like long term for you guys, or is it just more until you hit that payday that you're ready to get cash out?
I'd say it's an on again, off again arrangement as our paths align.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that as well. We hang out around the tavern from time to time, so anytime a big bounty comes up or a big opportunity shows up, it's like, let's get the gang back together, and then after that, we do our own separate things in downtime.
Okay. So definitely kind of the bar group that when something comes up, you guys come and hang out together, but otherwise you're kind of doing your own thing. And that kind of leads into the next question. So what's this group's reputation? Like, are you guys known as the like the A squad that you call in when things are dire, a little bit more mercenary, willing to kind of extort some gold? What's this group's kind of reputation in the Misty Vale?
Whatever pays my wife's alimony checks.
Yeah, you're the group that, or we're the group that they call when no one else wants to do it.
We get the job done.
Yeah. I think our group has the reputation of we'll get the job done. ... Eventually.
May not be
We'll get
quick,
it done.
may not be pretty, but you get paid.
Necessary.
You get it done.
Yeah, we'll get her done.
I guarantee you, we'll get it done. Whether you are happy with the end result or not, I have no idea. Couldn't really care less, but I'm getting my money.
I feel like your group has the technical contracts. Like you got you did exactly what you said you do, but not exactly what they intended for to happen.
2 words: malicious compliance.
So with that last big question here, what was the group's greatest failure? What's the time that you guys weren't able to complete the contract? Something that may have stuck with the group for a bit.
Maybe like the first time we faced something demonic,
Okay.
because from our collective expertise, I don't think we have anyone who's like anti-fiend, and so we did not succeed. Does anyone else have an idea of like what happened when we didn't succeed?
Yeah, 2 of our members died. There's 2 other people.
It used to be 6.
Yep, and they got wiped out.
Definitely something that could kind of stick with the group. Used to be a 7-man party. There's a couple of you guys are always hanging at the tavern, so I feel like there's a couple seats now that are just empty around the big table. But yeah, so this is the crew. You guys came together after individually failing, but were able to come and bring your diverse skills to triumph as a team. With that, you guys have been together kind of off and on. Like you hang at the tavern. If you find a good job that's kind of worth cutting the others in, or you think you truly can't do yourself, you bring in the group and kind of just tackle it together. Known as We'll say your adventure is that you're known to get the job done in your own way. There may be some collateral damage. There may be some broken objects that you're sent to retrieve, but
Might
you
burn a
got
house down with people in it.
house down with people in it. But you technically did what you were told to do. Or they just didn't say clearly what not to do. One of the two. But with that, you kind of had one mission, and well, actually, I'll let you guys decide. Is this something recently that's happened where the mission went bad, you lost 2 of your party, and now kind of going on as a 5-man crew? Is this something that's kind of old or a few years old? You've had some time to kind of heal those wounds.
Absolutely, very recent. It's the only reason I'm here.
Okay.
The only reason I was allowed to join. They were hard up for quality work, and I am not providing.
That's Dave's seat. Bring another one.
Perfect. With that, we're gonna kind of zoom in. You guys are at the usual tavern that you hang out at your haunt. You're seeing those kind of you're in your chairs. Ale is flowing. Probably not like really a happy drinking session. This seems like one of those you guys have just had. Went through hell and they're kind of drinking to forget. A little bit more quiet, a little bit more subdued. Like there's still mugs in front of the 2 spots. They're empty. Maybe somebody just didn't pour them, but somebody still brought them out just to honor those 2 adventurers. But eventually, you guys are approached. And this is something that probably stands out to you at your bar. I mean, people have come up and found you at the tavern numerous times. Usually, you're getting kind of people will have the money, you kind of get the fancy lord who will kind of dive down and kind of come to you guys to see if you'll take his opportunity. But you really don't see too many, let's call it classy people coming through this establishment outside of those looking for jobs or looking to hire you all for jobs. But you do see kind of this woman walk in. She's got deep blue robes, kind of immaculate hair, kind of pulled back into a ponytail, very clean, far cleaner than you all, definitely more cleaner than most of the people you see in this village. You see she's kind of carrying a well-worn staff, as well as a kind of a book kind of tied to the back. And you see she approaches the table, like almost, I wouldn't say hesitantly, but definitely like she's kind of stealing herself up for this conversation as she walks over. And you kind of see her as she comes. She taps her staff, a little rap to grab your attention, and it goes. Just a minute, please. I did have an opportunity for you all. Are you all taking new jobs?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Just hanging around, wasting our money on the drink.
That's great to hear. I could even buy you another round. He kind of points to the 2 spots. Is the rest of your crew going to be coming? Should we wait for them?
No, they will not be joining us.
I kind of stand up and just say, unfortunately, Barnaby and his Mena didn't do so well in our last endeavor, and you better respect their sacrifice. If it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be a crew here willing to help you out.
I'm sorry to hear that. He kind of looks around, kind of like, see her like calculating. 5 of you, it should be enough. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But I'm looking to hire you. Me and my colleagues, or my former colleagues, I should say, we recently found a new archaeological site. This seems to be it's big. It could be revolutionize what we know about the Draconic Empire. We found this unearthed tomb, and we were able to dive in, and we found this enormous crystal. This thing, gigantic, a chunk of it, you could be lord of the land. If you could bring this whole crystal back, we'd want to study it first, of course. But if you could bring this whole crystal back, you would be wealthier than the kings. But, and this is where we need you. Once we got into the tomb and began kind of studying and kind of started taking charts of the crystal and kind of figuring what's going on here, we did, things went bad. We lost a few people. the crystal started to smoke, and we heard a pretty nasty voice, and skeletons rose up, and we were pushed out of the tomb. I made it out. One of my other colleagues did as well. Unfortunately, the rest of the team was lost. But this is where you all come in. I would like you to take me with you back to the tomb and see if we can gather all this information, bring that crystal home, learn, and for you all be wealthy.
No offense, lass, but we don't typically do escort jobs. Why should we be bringing you along with instead of clearing it out and bringing what we can get back?
I'm glad you asked. I'm not. There's going to be a lot of loot you can fill your pockets with. I'm not worried about you all stealing. But I've heard about some of your jobs, and I've heard that you're not always the most delicate. And I want to make sure that I can see everything that's going on, see everything of historical value, and document it and preserve it. Because if we go in and we lose the site, or unfortunately, forgive this, if you guys go in and brute force it and wreck the site or burn it down, and we don't get any of the historical information back, that's a loss, and I don't want to take a loss.
Hey, that's a fair point. But my counterpoint is going to be, we're not responsible for your life, lass. You give us the gold up front, we do the job, you get your shiny shit, and we'll be done with it. But you lose your life on your own.
My fox starts just kind of like wandering around between her legs, kind of like a cat, just purring. And I'm like, Fox likes her. She'll be fine.
I've never seen a pet fox. Okay, well, thank you.
He's friendly. Doesn't take after me.
Well, I'm sure he is. Nice to meet you, Fox. But gold, I can give you each 3 gold up front. Payment, enough to get you kind of going on this side. But the biggest thing is you're going to need me there, because I'm unfortunately not going to tell you the directions everywhere to get to where you need to go, because you have a reputation, and I'd be afraid that I may get left on the road.
Things get rough. Can you take care of yourself?
You see her kind of tap her staff. I prefer not to fight, but I can defend myself. But I would be relying upon your expertise a bit, shall we say.
What's your name?
Evis.
Sounds like we got a deal, Avis. Welcome aboard.
That's great to hear. Is that drinks around? But yeah, we'll leave in the morning. And yeah, fortune awaits you all. And we get a chance to rediscover an ancient empire. The dragons who were so far more advanced than us. I know you all are probably not in it for the scientific knowledge, but this is a glorious chance.
The moment she goes to get a round of drinks, Tim says, "This is all too good to be true. We are all going to die."
You said that the last 3 adventures we went on,
And he was only partially wrong this last time.
Yeah. Maybe we don't question him anymore. Okay. Let's we'll figure it
Part
out.
of us had listened. Maybe we would have made it out alive.
Yeah.
Perfect. But yeah, she comes back. She brings a round of drinks for you guys. Pretty much, she gives you that 1 round of drinks, and then she kind of like nurses her own beer that she gets as well, kind of like tepidly sipping at it before kind of getting up and saying, "Well, I'll meet you guys back here in the morning. Don't go too hard, because we've got a full day's journey ahead of us as we make our way out there. So drink up, but not too much, and I'll see you tomorrow." And with that, she kind of scurries out of the place. Before you all leave and kind of hit this journey, is there anything?
Wait, what about our gold?
Oh, she does give you guys kind of 3 gold pieces apiece.
We're rich.
Are we rich? I have no concept of how much money 3 gold pieces is in this
We started out
economy.
with silver.
Yeah, but like, I don't know how that appreciates. Is it like the difference between a nickel and a quarter? Like,
She probably, we'll say, she gave you kind of like $300 right now. So, like, not you can retire money, but you could definitely drink yourself off this for quite a bit.
We're rich.
all right.
Perfect. Sweet. Oh, also too, if you haven't yet, throw Dragon into the chat. Nightbot's being a little glitchy today. So if you even if you threw Dragon in, throw it again, just to make sure it's got you in there. I know a couple didn't get it through. T-Buck, make sure you throw it back in again just to make sure it captures you there. Because we're giving away a free PDF copy of the core rulebook. So make sure you're entered to win on that side. Throw the contest thing back in there too. But yeah, with that, you guys are able to kind of handle your night, get some sleep, take more drink, whatever you all do to get prepped for the adventure. Oh, actually, I forgot we didn't finish that. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do before we move on to the next day and begin your expedition to the Draconic?
Yeah, Hackleswell will immediately begin spending his money because he does not want a trident. I rolled the trident. It was excellent, and then I rolled an agility-based character, and it was not so excellent anymore. So I'll probably pick up, I don't know, a knife or something. I'll have to look here.
Nice.
Here we go.
Perfect. Well, you guys are able to stock up on some supplies, but you do see Avise there early in the morning, kind of like impatiently tapping her staff. She waits for you all to get ready to leave. But at that, you are able to kind of gather together and leave the village you all have kind of called your home base for some time and begin your expedition to the Draconic Valley. With this too, so we're going to be using the Dragonbane's kind of their journey mechanics. So with this, does anybody have Bushmaster skills, or is anybody trained in Bushmaster?
Yeah.
Yo.
No.
Absolutastic.
So with this, and we can even switch it off for this, because basically with the journeys to get towards the Draconic Valley, you guys are Draconic Graveyard. Sorry, you guys are going to need to go through 5 shifts. You can do, and basically what the shifts are, they're basically like kind of marching towards your destination. 3 shifts in a day, so this is going to take you about a day and 2/3 pretty much to reach it there. And with this too, whoever is the pathfinder for the group is going to roll Bushmaster, and basically they're going to see how well they're following the path. And Avise is basically kind of giving you the details, but allowing the more experienced hands to kind of go through and actually execute those details. So you basically roll that Bushmaster skill, and if you're successful, you make sure you get through that shift with nothing crazy happening. But if you fail, there could be some mishaps that come along. So it sounds like there was 3 of you guys that were proficient in Bushmaster.
As I am still trying to prove myself to this group, I would like to roll Bushmaster because I am new and valueless. Now is Bushmaster the same as Bushcraft?
Oh, it is Bushcraft. Yeah, not Bushmaster.
Okay,
Bushcraft,
cool.
yeah. Bushcraft.
I will click on that and see what happens. That looks like a promising number.
Yeah. So with this too, promising because it succeeded. With Dragonbane, it's opposite of a lot of other games. Low is good, high is bad. So I'm not sure what your bush skills were.
It's 14.
So yeah, if you
Hey,
were
there you
3
go.
more, you would have lost that one. Luckily, if you even it, if you equal it, it's a success. But if you're above, it's a failure. So I was worried when I saw 12, but luckily you were able to succeed on that one. So yeah, you get that first journey, and this like definitely coming through, kind of showcasing your skills. You're able to kind of lead the group away from the village, taking a route that allow you to cut down some time. Actually, fairly scenic. This is a pretty dangerous area, but you picked a route that you can kind of get to see some of the beauty of the land without having to see some of the treachery that comes along with it. And you guys have gotten your first success, so you kind of get your first leg of the journey in. No mishaps on that side. Now, so we've got 3 other ones. Who else would like to take a crack at this? You've got your first one of 3 for the day, and out of 5 of total.
I can give it a shot, although mine's a little bit lower than 14. But
I was about to say, Hacklesworth is staying far away from this, just taking in the beautiful scenery.
that is a failure.
Okay.
Although it's giving an option to push the roll, so that might be something worth doing.
Yeah, so if you push the roll, that's a cool thing with this. You can push it, you get a reroll for it, but you do take a condition. The conditions are linked to attributes, but you're not beholden to the attribute you pick. You can kind of decide what in that situation would make sense, and if it makes sense as overhaul, we can kind of go with that's the condition you get.
I think I'm gonna hold off on that for now.
Okay.
Still got a long day ahead of us. So that would be a failure for the roll.
That will be a failure. So you kind of take the lead and begin leading the group after Smokey had his run. And this is a little bit more of a treacherous area. You kind of see just getting a little bit more darker. You see the plants get a little bit more vicious looking. You start to hear creaks in the forest, like things are chasing you. Everything just becomes a little bit more scary as you go through. Roll me a d12.
Alrighty. 3.
3. All right. So with that, as you guys are going through, you thought you found a shortcut through the forest, and for a while it looked like you were right. You were making good time. You're coming through, but as you get to the forest, it kept getting denser. Branches kept kind of grazing across you, bumping into your armor, bumping into your clothes. And as the Pathfinder leads this group through, you enter a thorny thicket that begins just cutting into your clothes, cutting the cloth between your armor. And with this, we're going to roll a d6 because one of you guys with this mishap is going to have their clothes pretty much destroyed. Not your armor, but just your clothes. So on that side, basically they will be on, but they're going to look like rags and definitely look worse for the wear. So we're going to go in the order by screen. So with this, 6 will be my choice on that if it comes up. So there's 5 of you guys. 4. Oh, Smokey. Unfortunately, Smokey, you are the one that kind of this fate befalls to you. The thorns just get prickly. Look at your fox is kind of maneuvering through them agilely, but your clothes just look ruined as you go through this. How does Smokey look as he comes out of this? How does Smokey react?
Broken. And it's not good to look upon. You cast your eyes in another direction because it's just too sad. But he does not seem to lose face because his face has already been lost.
Perfect. When you get through, I mean, probably a little sad for the crew as they see their buddy. I don't know if you guys are actually buddies, but as they see you kind of going through, just clothes and looking like rags as you get through this end of it. But you make it out, and you're kind of still just trudging through, just your usual pace, your usual gloomy method.
Someone's gonna pay. This is someone owes me a new pair of outerwear.
Ain't me.
What are you talking about? We saved hours, if not days, by going this route. I guarantee you, this was the best option.
Sound like my ex-wife.
Perfect. Will you? Are you all trading off again? Are you giving another chance, or is the last Bushmaster still going?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not doing that again. I'm gonna take it upon myself to make sure we go in the right way, so I don't get all raggedy again.
All right.
And I'm gonna push it because I am.
All of the conditions. Exhausted, angry, disheartened.
I'm picking
Yeah.
smart because it fits my character. but I suppose that's not my decision.
Oh no, you actually do. So you get to decide which condition. I didn't hear which one you said, but you do get to decide which condition you do. I have to prove it, but you can kind of pick which one you're going to go with as long as it makes sense. Nice. Yeah. So you push it through. You're disheartened on that side. Yeah, you're just kind of feeling
My
your
natural
clothes are
state.
tattered. You look like they're literally rags, is what the book says now. You look a mess. It's been a rough day for you. But with that pushing through, you succeed really well. You make that last bit a breeze. You're able to get them back out of the thickets, out of the thorns, and onto a cleaner path through this forest trek. You guys have completed your first leg of the journey very easily. And when you guys kind of come through to the campsite, Vis selected, as you guys are kind of walking through this forest, you do begin to see some sights. One of the biggest things that you see is like, it looks like a little kind of stretch of forest, it's kind of big enough for a cart to fit through. You actually do see kind of an overturned, what looks to be like a carriage, you may think. You see kind of overturned part of like the side that's on its side, and the side that's towards the air, you see has a giant hole in it, and you see just kind of just broken bits of wood. You see looks like some blood on the edge of the kind of the outside of the carriage, but you don't see any horses, you don't see any people. You just see kind of that overturned carriage. It looks like something had been broken through it quite viciously. What do you guys do?
I'm circling a little bit away and around this wagon to see if there are any animal tracks, to see if this was caused by an animal attack or not.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely. You kind of take a look through there. Your choice on this side, you could choose awareness or bushcraft to see if you can kind of see what's may have potentially caused this, or actually even hunting too, if you'd like.
Okay, I will choose bush. No, wait. Hold on. Hunting. Sorry, my hunting modifier may not be exactly right, but I want to choose hunting.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So it should be double the base value if I had picked it for my training, right?
Yeah, so it should be kind of whatever the base chance is, double that.
It should be 12. Yeah, everything else in agility is 12, so this should also be 12. So I'm just going to change it to 12. And then I'll roll. No!
Are you pushing it? Oh, also, I should mention too. So, Smokey, if it comes up, but for if you pick this one as well, whatever you do have this condition in, you have a bane. So you kind of roll it with reverse disadvantage. So you want to go low, but it's going to make you take the high one.
Makes sense. Okay, so no, I think I'm just stymied, and so I come back around and I say I didn't find anything.
Yeah, it's one of those, you see a lot of like natural life has been through here, and it's like the tracks are muddled. You're really just not able to figure out what did this and what way it went.
I think Erd would probably ask Davis if this was new or if this was here before, just as a base point. But he's also going to just look around and see if he can see anything that's maybe not as obvious with maybe awareness or spot hidden.
All right, yeah, give me a spot hidden check. And as you're looking, you see she kind of shakes her head and goes, "No, this was not here. This is where we camped last time, but maybe we should find a different spot. This doesn't seem like it's our trouble." Nice. So yeah, you go through and you look, and you see kind of looking at the crater through the carriage. Probably like it takes you for a bit to really kind of place it, but it looks like somebody's fist went through this. but it was like a ginormous fist that broke through. You also see some tracks leaving the carriage, giant-sized footprints. They kind of almost they're pretty like they're you could tell how huge they are, but they're pretty light on the ground. Like they don't really leave like a huge imprint. So it's kind of almost hard to spot if you weren't already kind of looking for them. And you also even see it looks like something was dragged behind, and you do see that something was dragged. Looks like a few hoof prints, kind of like clawing at the dirt along the path that the
And
giant
is it-
footprints took.
Was it those drag marks going towards or away from our destination?
Oh wait, they are going. So you guys are kind of going south right now. Those are going like northeast. So definitely kind of away from where you guys came and away from the destination.
Can we tell what direction the carriage was coming from or going to?
Definitely. With that same roll, you kind of see it looks like this was coming from the village. It's probably following a little bit less adventurous route than you guys took, but definitely kind of taking the same path as they're kind of making their journey through. One last thing you do notice within the carriage, it looks pretty like you see a lot of blood. Unfortunately, you don't see any bodies, but it looks like it's pretty well appointed before whatever this chaos happened. You see like silk lining, pretty nice, comfortable features with some of the benches within, and you do see that the back seemed to be fairly open. Like there was no benches, there's no kind of seating area in the back. It looks like there may have been storage back there, but that does seem to be cleared out.
Hi, lass. I'm not sure that this has anything to do with what we're doing here, but I don't know. What do you lot think? Think we should move on?
Oh, you are the artisan among us. Do you think there is something worth getting if we follow the other trail, a detour?
Well, from what I can see here, it certainly seems like this was a well-to-do merchant. The silks and such like that, so it might be worth something if we were to truck off the trail and chase after that. But with all this blood here, I'd be surprised if anyone was still alive, though the lack of bodies is of a bit concerning. Plus, look at the size of this thing, and he holds up his fist in comparison to the hole. Look, I'm a dwarf. I've got big hands if I've got nothing else. This hole is bigger than me fist. It's bigger than me head. Hey, lass, how big did you say that crystal was again?
You see her kind of go, let me bring back my notebook. It looks like probably about a meter tall, meter across, so fairly large.
But probably not big enough for something like this. Gesturing at the giant footprint on the ground and the giant fist and the thing. Probably not related.
Was there anything else in your tomb you saw that might have done something like this?
Well, we didn't see anything like that. We only saw the skeletons. I think this could be I think this could take us off target. I know. You said merchants. I mean, maybe it's a merchant. Maybe it's just somebody that had a nice cart. I think we should probably move on and just find a better campsite and rest and just stay on target, right?
Counter offer.
Does sound pretty good.
We find the monster that did this. We kill it. We take its head. And we hope, wherever we end up later, there's a wanted poster that resembles the thing's head.
We don't need to be worrying about that. If there's a monster like this out here, I'm sure it'll find us.
You're right. We need to make a fire. Maybe we can smoke some meat.
When she's trying to like deflect our attention away from this, does it seem like she maybe has some hidden motivation there to do so, or?
Definitely. Let me see. Is that spot hidden as well, or is that an insight? We'll say you can roll your choice of spot hidden or awareness on that. See if she seems like she's trying to BS you there.
I'll roll awareness.
Pushing it?
I'm gonna push it.
Push it real good.
I think whether or not she's being
Push it
suspicious, Nomad's starting to get kind of angry with her.
She's fairly hard to read. She does look like we saw her in the city. She seemed like pretty not full of herself, but she seemed to have kind of an air of confidence. She seems a little bit more huddled down, like looking around. But you really can't read her. You can't tell if she's trying to BS you right now or if she's kind of what's going on.
Look, we just lost 2 of our party members in our last endeavor, and I want to make sure we're not getting over our heads here. If there's anything you know about this creature, you got to tell us right now.
I don't know anything. Since this cart wasn't here, I didn't see that. We didn't stay here too long last time. We camped out the night. We went back to the Draconic tomb. I don't think there's anything here. I think this could just just borrowing trouble. As they say. I don't want us to get hurt.
Neither do I.
Hey, let's sleep on it.
Here or somewhere else.
Like Meriwether said, it's probably going to find us either way. Might as well stay here.
I'd say we move at least a little bit so we're not by all the blood and gore and all that stuff. So why don't we move a few hundred feet around that way? A meter, sorry, this is a Swedish system.
Whatever.
Nautical miles. I don't know. Leagues?
Leagues.
Perfect. So you guys are going to move a little bit away, but kind of still staying in the general area, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Perfect. You guys are able to get through and set up camp. Actually, does anybody have a tent?
No. I was just going to gather some leaves and sleep on them.
That's why I wanted to stay over there with the cart.
I don't want to sleep in that. It smells like pennies over there. I know.
All right. So with this, if nobody has a tent, each of you guys give me a bushcraft roll as you guys try to find a comfortable spot to sleep the night. And while you all are rolling, what are you guys thinking for watch order? Are you guys thinking of doing watch?
Nope. I just say, balls to the wall. We don't even watch. No, that's just no. I mean, Hackleswell would be up for a watch. Pretty easy. Let's see, bushcraft. This is gonna be excellent.
Okay.
I failed my bushcraft terribly. I will volunteer for first watch, even though I'm slothy and would love to just lay down and take a nap right now. I will wait to take someone else's cover once they're done with it.
Oh, whoops.
So for those who fail, and really this only really matters for anybody who has a condition that is not, or has a condition since you guys haven't lost any HP left, you're able to kind of bunker down. You're able to sleep, but it's just not really restful sleep. It's fits and starts. It is really, you're not able to clear your condition due to the failed bushcraft roll. And because none of you guys have I forgot what they call them, but fur lines, cloths, or they're basically sleeping bags.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yeah,
I
we
rolled one of
we
those.
do. That just avoids a bane on this check, I think.
I think you're right.
Having that item.
And I succeeded my check, so I removed that condition.
Yes,
This
sleeping
heart.
for is required to avoid a bane on the bushcraft roll for making camp.
Perfect. So everybody who succeeded, if you had a condition, remove it. For those who have failed, fortunately, you're able to sleep, but not really getting good rest there. And Erd, give me an awareness check.
Oh, awareness.
Oof. So that's a demon.
Told you I was sleepy.
Yeah. So you're real tired, just yawning, probably a little hungover from last night still, and just really kind of just nodding in and
I'm
out.
a dwarf. We don't get hungover. Watch your filthy mouth.
Yeah, his head is just still pounding. You can see the veins in his head flexing. But with that, like, as the rest of the group tries to sleep or tries to kind of come through and just kind of rest and adapt to their situation, eventually you do hear kind of this thud, thud, thud. You see pretty much on top of you just this ginormous troll. You see he has just arms very muscular, chest just fat, clothing looks worse than Smokey's, like it's ragged and it's rags and looks like blood, grime smeared across it. This is what actually kind of gets you out of like your own nodding off. You smell him before you hear and see him. Like you're like, what is that smell? And then you hear the thuds, and you see this ginormous creature next to you. You see him kind of clubbing. Have a club in his hand. They go, more food today. Today, good day. All right, I eat you now. We're gonna get to our
On your feet, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Let me put this on the map.
You got to admire a man who knows what he wants.
Definitely not a man of many words, but knows what he wants there. Let me bring that over. So, fortunately for Foundry, if you're any of the Foundry geeks who are watching this, you're like, there's an easy way to do this. I couldn't figure it out. We are just going to draw cards here. Fortunately, he surprised you guys, so he is going to pick his cards on this side. So he is going to take number 1. The rest of you guys, I am going to shuffle out in order on this side. And let me pull that up. And with this too, each round, you guys do a new order on this as well. It's a little different than other games. You get your initiative and you're kind of set for the fight. Each round is an additional different initiative. So I'm going to go in the order you guys' characters are listed in my Foundry. Let me shuffle this up. All right, Eldgrim. Unfortunately, you are number 10. Hackwell?
Mm-hmm.
Number 3.
Hey-o.
Evis is number 7. I'm not going to put her on the map. And let me do that now. Why didn't I put her token in? Oh, that's weird. Because I'm going to forget if I don't do this.
I'm not sure why, but I seem to have lost my character sheet.
You didn't need it. You're fine. Fine.
I'm going to close out a Foundry real quick. So, see if that brings it back.
Perfect, yeah, shoot. Did I delete it?
No, I can still see it's there. I just cannot open it. Like, I clicked the pop-out button to try to get it so it's on one of my other screens and not in the way of what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
And it stopped existing after that. A pop-up blocker probably ate it.
Ooh. Smokey, you are number 5. Tim, number 4. Number 2. Makes sense. Yeah, you were, after smelling that stench, got a second on the draw there. Sweet. Now we got that in there. And actually, if you right click on your thing, were you able to update your initiative value? I'm not sure if that's something the GM can do, if that's something everybody can do.
Don't think I'm able to.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's a GM only thing.
Sweet. Tim, what were you again?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you guys should all be there. You see this troll kind of marching up. You see, as you're kind of awakened on this side, you see this troll facing off, and combat is going to begin. So, unique thing, you guys are fighting a monster on this side with Ferocity 2. So this guy is going to be able to go twice throughout this round of combat. Also, the monsters have some different attack rules to PCs too, so we'll get to see how that kind of plays out there. And is there a way to reverse this order?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Maybe we just use the arrows to go back in reverse direction once combat has started.
Sweet. So the troll is up first. You see, is going to. Also, too, I forgot to mention this at the start because it is in meters. As Doomer mentioned, each square takes 2 meters. It's fucking. I had to Google that because I'm confused with how the meters go to squares. Each square is 2 meters to go through, so pretty much half your movement. And
that's like 6 by 6 feet, roughly.
Yeah.
Per square.
Sweet. So this troll is moving up. It is going to use a monster attack. With monster attacks, they hit, but they roll on a d6 table. So they kind of they do something different each time they go, hopefully. So he is going to Mangling Smash. He's going to grab the nearest player character. Oh, and use the victim as a weapon, slamming them into another creature. So he lifts you up, and he goes, "You meal now." It just starts slamming you in. Oh yeah, he can reach Tim. It starts slamming you into Tim. Ooh, you each take 9 damage as he just lifts you up and goes, meal. And tries to just bang your head out. That is his turn.
Could I try to dodge it with a reaction?
Oh yeah. So you have to use
your my whole action.
Yeah.
Okay. So the attempt to dodge is evade.
Mhm.
Okay. Here we go. Oh. I would like to push that.
Push it.
I am scared.
Push it good.
Scared, all right? Nice.
Hey.
I think, okay, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I am maybe prone. I'm not sure.
You guys
dodge
luckily were
for
able to stand up with enough time before this all went through.
That's good. So on a successful dodge, I believe there's 2 things of movement I can get.
2 meters, you can move 1 square.
Or 2 meters. Okay, cool. Then if diagonals are all good, then I would like to move here, please.
Perfect.
Game is paused, so I can't move myself.
Oh.
Sweet. Yeah, you can definitely, so you see him slamming through. You definitely able to kind of dodge back, get a little bit of distance from you and this troll. All right. So with that, you are up. Little hurt as this troll's battered into you. But what do?
Well, about the only thing I can do at this point is try to hurt him back. Now, he has hurt me, so with my unforgiving skill, I can spend 3 will points to do extra damage, and I think I would like to do that. If I remember how that ability works. Hold on. Activate this ability when attacking someone who harmed you in the past, at least 1 point of damage, to get a boon on the roll. It does not matter when the damage was inflicted, so I might want to write it down. So yes, I will be being unforgiving. 3 will points. I get a boon on the attack. And how do I roll this attack?
So what weapon are you using? Your
Warhammer Light.
So you roll your hammer skill, and that basically be your attack on that side.
Gotcha, that makes sense. And 1 boon. Roll. 5.
Sweet, successful. So roll me your hammer's damage, which I think is, you can click on that 2d6 next to your light hammer, and that'll roll it out for you.
7 damage.
All right, so how's that all look as you go through?
So the trolls picked me up basically and swung me around by my feet, and narrowly missing my teammate here. He lets me go back in my approximate area, and I quickly kind of tumble over back onto my feet, and then just swing my hammer down on his mighty foot.
Nice. You see that hammer comes crashing on his foot. You hear it howl out and go, "Meet no tack back!" As you see him kind of limping a bit. Still looking pretty healthy overall, but definitely angered at the attack. Tim, you are up.
So my turn is done.
Oh, sorry,
because I
yeah,
used the reaction. But I would still like to have moved to like here.
Oh, yeah. Are you able to move it?
Just because the game is paused, I think I can.
Oh, there you go.
Perfect. I'm over there, and I'll drag and drop my wolf somewhere down here, sleeping, but not that useful because I used my reaction this turn.
Perfect. Blanking on your character's name, Doomer. What's it again?
Hackleswell.
Hecklesville. You are up.
Okay. Hackleswell is hanging out. I guess just gonna run up here and use one of his newly purchased knives to try and stab at this dude. Let's see. Okay. I got two just in case.
Perfect.
And
That's a Satan.
there you go.
Nice.
That's 13 big ones.
How does that look as you get him? Or he's still alive, but how does that look?
Yeah, Hackleswell sort of just dashes up and goes, "Aye, you're an ugly thing," and we'll just sort of like withdraw this big knife from a scabbard on his side, and just like slash it across this guy's torso, whatever little Hackleswell can possibly reach.
You see the little mallard cut deeply into the troll, and actually it looks a little bloody now.
Hey, I think that'll be all for me.
Perfect. He is actually going to take his second turn. You see him glaring at you, Hackleswell. Let's see what he does. Repulsive bite. So you see the troll, like bleeding, kind of standing his already ruined shirt. Just this foul stench in front of you. You see he opens the mouth, and you just see this torrent. It is probably the worst smell you've ever come across. Just rush out at you, and you see he comes and tries to bite your head off. And you see he is going to inflict 2d8 piercing damage, and you are stuck in the troll's mouth. You must make a strength roll every round to attempt to break free. On a failure, you will take an additional 2d8 damage. So 6 to start off with as you see him bite, grasp you at its fangs. And you guys see like this little mallard kind of hanging out of the troll's mouth as he's still clutching his side from where the mallard kind of pierced through his flesh and just bleeding and going, "You hurt me. You be first, Eden."
And you said I need to give you a strength check right away, yeah?
Not right away.
Okay.
Start of your next turn, or you're stuck in there, kind of.
Okay, good. Yeah. And I have leather armor, so I will negate 1 point of that damage.
Nice. Smokey, you are up. You see all this going down. You see he slammed Erd into initially into Tim, but Tim was able to dodge out of the way. He's got I keep forgetting his name. Heckleswell in his mouth, kind of hanging out. What do you do?
Do I smell that horrifying stench that just came out of this guy, or is that still on its way to me?
Oh yeah, it's been pretty present for a bit now. Like you didn't get the full experience that Heckleswell got, and is probably getting an even worse one now. But you could definitely smell this guy.
Okay. So, another question: Does this guy got cover of any sort? Because
Cover?
these
No,
two,
nope.
because these two. Okay, I just want to make sure the two guys in between me and it weren't going to function as cover. Okay. So first, I'd like to take my sling, and I'm gonna sling a bullet at this guy. I'd like to see if I can. Which button makes that happen? All right, there's skills, slings, roll. What is that? Critical success. Yes. All right.
Solid.
Now, how do I do damage? I foolishly assumed it was going to pop up and tell me how much
So
damage.
if you click on the weapon in your weapons thing, if you bought the weapon and put it in there, it should automatically do that in the damage roll for you. But you got a dragon, so in that one, which is a critical success in here, and I forgot what it does for ranged combat, but you get something cool with that too. So it's a critical hit. So your weapons damage dice are doubled. So we'll have to get that critical in on that side. Not your, if you have like agility or strength modifier on top of that, that's not doubled. That's still just rolled once.
Okay.
So what are you using? A sling, right?
So a sling is a D8. I'm
Sweet.
just
So you
not.
roll 2d8,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure if you have agility modifier on top of that, but you'd add that in once.
I do. I'm just not finding the button to roll it. So I guess I'll just do a public roll for now. And do an 8, and then we can. Well, you said it's actually 2, right? Because we're
2d8.
2d8.
Your weapon. So if you go to your weapon page, if you click on the damage, you see like the d8 where it shows your damage. It would roll it for you, but probably since you got a crit on that side, it's easier to do the 2d8.
All right. So there we go. 13 points of damage. I swing that thing around. Bullet flies into this guy's teeth, and I hope he chokes on the bullet because it really stinks. I'm gonna take a few steps back.
Sweet. So before that, though, so you roll a d4, or actually you roll a d6 because that's with your agility. So with Dragonbane, rather than having a modifier, you get an additional damage dice you get to roll. So it kind of depends on what type of weapon you're utilizing. So you're using a sling on that side, it would be agility for it.
All right. So I'll roll a d6.
Sweet. So that would be, was that 9, 14 damage there. So yeah, a little bonus on that side.
Very good.
Now you see that bullet, or the little sling pellet come whizzing through, piercing through its flesh. This troll is looking like pretty messed up now. Definitely looking hurt. You kind of see blood pouring out. It still has poor Heckleswell in its mouth, but it definitely doesn't look as ferocious as it did just a moment ago. Evis is up, and you see like she is clutching her staff and she is running backwards. Eldgrim, you're up.
I'll kind of like shout at Evis, like, you said you could stand your ground in a fight like this. I guess we just gotta take care of it ourselves. And I'll step forward and swing my broadsword at the troll.
Solid.
All right. Yep.
Finish it.
Yeah.
So I'll say, Hackles, well, let me get you out of there, and I'll lop off the troll's head at the neck, and then his head kind of falls down, and Hackles can like stick his head up through the hole in the neck that I created.
Yeah, go further into the mouth to come out the opening.
Yep.
Love it.
You see the troll's head come out. Hackaswell, you're released. Kind of smell some clean air coming through now that the head has been severed. Probably still pretty rank smell, but you get that breath first flow of clean air that just doesn't smell like hot death as this troll comes crashing to the ground. You guys look back at Elise. She's kind of trembling, holding her staff, and she said, I told you guys we should have just left. This wasn't our business. I didn't know this troll. This is a big thing. We should have just left. Ecclesworth, are you okay?
Yar. Quit your yapping. Egglesworth just like coughs up a bunch of blood and rolls over.
Aye, with that over, I think I'd like to go back to sleep now.
Yeah, so you see this troll collapse. Yeah. One of the things you guys notice is just like you don't really see anything on the troll's person. Outside of kind of his grimy rags of clothing, you don't really see too much with him.
I think we would have gotten something after all that trouble. But
Maybe in the
the troll didn't
light.
raid that merchant caravan, and maybe this was something else.
Maybe during the daytime we can investigate.
Or maybe the troll is working with someone else and delivered the goods there.
Well, he probably ate the people.
I'd imagine so, but seemed like they were pretty well off and no sign of any goods around here that might have been taken from the caravan.
Is a puzzling thing indeed. Good night.
I'm with them.
I go back to sleep, dreaming of what possible wives might be left behind since these men are all dead now. And how I might comfort them since my own wife has left.
But she's not dead.
No, she just left. She just left me.
She left me.
Dead.
Yeah.
Probably for this shit.
Perfect. Well, you are able to get to sleep. Unfortunately, so for those who passed that keep calling it Bushmaster, bushcraft check, you are able to heal your HP. For those who didn't, unfortunately, you're not really able to get the rest, and that HP is still lingering. Now, out of game, one thing you can do, because right now you guys have gotten the first 3 shifts or first 3 legs of your journey out of the way. There are still 2 legs left, but if you did want to take a kind of one of the shifts or one of the legs of the journey and decided to rest up, there's no check for that one. You can do that and try to kind of just get that short rest on that side and try to recover some HP or 1d6 of HP or 2d6 if somebody is tending to you and also succeeds on their healing roll.
Well, I'm in pretty rough shape, taking 9 points of damage, so I would appreciate the rest, and if somebody would attempt to tend to me, if anybody has healing.
How are you feeling about a 20% chance to heal?
Better than me, I think. Let's see. Healing. I've got 4 in that. Yeah, about the same.
I don't think there's a penalty for healing. Let me make sure.
No, I think you can only succeed or fail, and there's not really a consequence for failing other than you don't do it.
Okay, if no one has a number higher than 5, I'm just going to try and...
I have a 7. I will attempt to
for
heal
it.
this dwarf.
Mercy fucks. Come let me pet your fur.
Alright, let's see how this
Alright,
turns out.
so I'm clicking the shift rest button.
Yep.
So my attempt at healing was a fail. That means I basically hit him in the side of the head and said, knock it off, walk it off, you'll be fine. Fine.
Alright, so that healed everything?
Yeah, I think we were trying to do a stretch rest, right?
Oh, sorry, yeah, stretch rest, not shift rest. Sure.
That's what I was looking at.
Alright, hold on.
Wow, I get 1 whole HP and 0. Okay.
And put my willpower and such back where they were. Okay. Stretch rest.
So just a straight D6 on this one.
Okay.
3. Okay. That's as you guys
Feeling
kind
much
of
better.
get up, get a chance to breathe and patch yourself up. You do see the sun shining. Evie looks kind of like a little jarred, like a little like she's shaking a bit, but she does stand up and go, "Okay, we're proceeding forward now, right? No more extracurriculars."
We'll see what comes our way, lass, but lead on.
Yeah. There are no promises.
Sweet. That's you. Oh, I know somebody mentioned looking around in the daylight. Are you guys looking around or just kind of getting back on task?
I think Hacklesworth would be one just to get on task at this point, but someone stops them, you know.
Okay, then what Tim will do is Tim and Wolf will just see which
Sounds
direction
good.
the troll came from, and put down some marker, maybe with some stones or sticks on the ground, so that on their way back, maybe they can take a look at it if anything's there.
Definitely, you're able to kind of leave like a marker, kind of showing where your campsite was, where you saw the troll come from, and even kind of mark down in your mind too where the carriage was, and kind of where they found those other tracks heading off. So you can kind of have triangulate when you get back and potentially find where it may be sleeping or hoarding.
I apologize. This question is a little bit meta, but do trolls in this setting also have incredible regeneration abilities?
They do. So if I got back, because it was on its turn, it gets to roll a d6 and get HP back.
Oh my god.
But no,
luckily you guys.
it's
And
dead now.
I probably should have given it a d6 for its second turn in the round. I wasn't sure how that went, so I was just going to be doing it for its true turn. But I probably should have done it for the other turn too. But you guys luckily got some good damage in on it and put it down quick.
All right. So doesn't like to take chances, and so he would like to spend at least a little bit of time just breaking bones on this thing and just leaving it a royal wreck, so it takes longer to heal if it does in fact start healing.
So you want to start chopping it into pieces and
Well, I don't have an axe on me,
parts,
so I'd
different
just be
parts,
using my hammer
areas.
and busting it up.
So you all see that Eldgrim had like chopped the troll's head clear off, but you still see the background. Erd is just hammer out, just busting up limbs.
Wet squelches, just splatters.
Yeah, as you will, just to make sure that troll just doesn't come back again.
Yeah, I feel better about this.
Evie looks incredibly uncomfortable. Like, does he need to do that? It doesn't have a head. But with that, you all are able to kind of begin and get the next and last legs of your journey out. With this, there'll be 2 more bushcraft checks to see how the last legs go. See if there are any mishaps or things that come as you guys make your way to the Draconic Tomb. With that, who does want to take those? We'll divvy them up. So who wants to take one of the last 2 bushcraft checks?
I can
Shit
take
at bushcraft.
I can try taking one of them.
Oh, can I do something?
Yeah.
I'll be like, here, and I'll give you my spyglass real quick, which gives you a boon on bushcraft rolls, leading the way.
Nice.
Oh, amazing! I'll need that. It's not as good as Smokey's bushcraft, so okay, I'll add the boon.
It's not as good as Smokey's bush.
It is a pretty great bush, yeah, everyone says.
Except your ex-wife.
Hackleswell
Yeah,
looks down.
she's
He's
not
Donald ducking it, so you know.
My clothes were working, functioning fine earlier.
Oh,
Then someone failed their check, and I paid the price.
Well, your clothes are not getting spoiled today on this ship.
Anymore.
Perfect. Well, Tim, you've redeemed yourself yesterday. Oh, that wasn't you that did that yesterday. So I'll say that was unfortunately Eldgrim that led them through the pricker patch. But Tim, you're able to lead them through expertly today with a nat 1 on this side, a critical success, a dragon. You are able to get 2 shifts worth of travel done in one. So you're actually able to get the crew to the Draconic graveyard. And you guys, as you come through these marshes, and you kind of come to these marshes, and you see these little burial mounds and these little bits of like stone encampments coming up from the marshes. You see these go. Okay, this is very close to where we were. You see her kind of point towards this one at the very far end of the marsh that's kind of up on a risen hill, but it also has one of the stone pillars kind of emerging from the top that kind of towers over all of the other hills and towers within the valley. And she goes, that's our destination. And now beware, when we were leaving, it just gets a little dangerous. There were skeletons and things patrolling, and it got really foggy the closer we got, and the water almost seemed to rise. But we were running really quickly as we left, so we got to be cautious. We have to stay on target. I mean, just be aware, okay?
Your rising water just be the tide.
This is the kind of information that would have been useful to have earlier. I now demand greater payment.
You see, she just kind of chuckles. Yeah, funny one, right? Okay.
Did any of those skeletons you mentioned have any bows?
I have a terrible bartering skill, but I'm gonna roll it.
No, I don't.
Yup,
I
that's
don't
a fail.
think. Yeah.
Okay. I'm content with that.
Yeah, she's kind of in the middle of nowhere right now. Doesn't have too. You kind of look at her. She played it as you making a joke because she doesn't really have any more gold to throw at you right now. But you will, with your question, Urge, she goes, I think so. As we were running away from the tomb, I think I heard some arrows whizzing overhead. I think that got one of my coworkers, but I can't say for certain.
And he just starts looking up at all of the towers all around him. He's like, "Yeah, this is gonna be great."
No, I actually think it's going to be quite bad. Come on, let's go.
Listen, Hecklesworth, have you ever heard of this thing called sarcasm?
I don't know her.
No, you don't.
Hecklesworth has the weakness. Which one is it? The weakness overbearing, which is why I'm playing him like he is. Yeah.
Mine just wants to sleep all the time.
But still wants to take first watch too. He's like, I'm fine. I'll stay up.
Hey, I didn't have a bedroll. I was going to take somebody else's when they were done with it.
But with that, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break and get into the last half of the adventure as you guys make your way through the marshes of the Draconic graveyard to the tomb and see if you can claim a pretty hefty reward. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. If you haven't yet, throw Dragon into the chat. Especially if you're one of the first few, the bot glitched out and lost some of the first ones. So if you were in there, please throw it in, throw Dragon in, and make sure we get you captured again. I'm going to see if there's a way I can add you back in, too. I'm not sure how to do that, so I'm going to play around with that during the break. But if you're here, just throw it in and make my life easy. So throw that in, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
And you can feel the shame.
Welcome back, everyone. We are diving into part 2 of our Dragonbane adventure. Definitely throw Dragon into the chat if you haven't yet. So far, we've got 6 into the competition. Unfortunately, Nightbot did glitch out a bit. So if you were there at the start of the thing and put it in, it didn't track you. Unfortunately, I can't make it track you now. So please throw Dragon in again, even if you did it the first time, just to make sure we get you in there, get you a chance to win a free PDF copy of the core rulebook for this game. So make sure to throw that in. But our crew of adventurers has just completed the leg of the adventure to make their way to the Draconic Graveyard. They see all around them this marshy, just swamp-like kind of just expanse with these little hills with stone towers atop them, just kind of almost lining like graves marking the passage. But their guide, Evisa, you see she kind of points to the far end of this marsh, and you see risen up on a hill that overlooks all of the others, this stone tower where she believes their prize awaits. And with that, she mentioned before that as they ran away from this horrific event, fog began to creep in, the waters began to rise, and skeletons started to attack them. Some, she believes, with arrows, others with swords and clubs and all the weapons at their disposal, with only her and another of her colleagues making it out. But you all are adventurers, posed and ready for danger, and you all see the swamp, the marsh ahead of you, and your prize at the distance. How are you guys proceeding forward?
If you're worried about archers from those towers, I think someone was mentioning that before, I'll keep my shield up. I can lead the way if the rest of you want to follow behind.
Yar.
I'll stay behind.
Keeping my shield up, kind of peeking over the edge of it, I'll head towards the tower that Beast pointed out.
Perfect. As you go, you kind of begin to, like, your foot sinks into the marshy waters, kind of trudgery. It's like it's definitely water, cold water just kind of seeps into your shoes, gunk and just seaweed kind of just wrap around you. This is a arduous journey as you go in and begin to make your way through. But one of the things is you hear kind of the swashing of water as you step into the marsh, hear the wind rustling through the stone towers. You start to kind of hear things in the distance. Everybody, roll me a will save. So basically roll against your will. I think you should just be able to click will on that. It should roll for you. All right, Smokey
Yo.
Eldgrim. Smokey and Eldgrim. So the rest, you push? Oh, so
I'm pushing. I am disheartened. I am closer to my true self once again.
I'm gonna push as well.
Oh gosh.
Now I gotta roll. But I become sickly as maybe some bugs in this marsh get at me, and I start picking up a bit of disease.
Yeah. You see bugs biting at you, this water, which just, it's so murky and just dirty. You know that any cuts you may have had from the battle before, this water washing in is not going to be great for it. But you guys go through it. Smoky, as you kind of push through, both you and Eldgrim kind of start to hear this little voice in the back of your head, just kind of prompting you with just the worst horrors worst horrors you've seen, kind of the greatest fears that you've had, the greatest failures that you've come across in life. Well, Smokey, you were able to, you pushed through it. You just kind of just kept trudging forward. I feel like Smokey, with his life, is just used to being berated or kind of having the deck stacked against him. And while you were disheartened, you kind of continued pressing through and kept your mind your own. But Eldgrim, the voices begin to get to you. And before we kind of resolve what that is, Eldgrim, what would they be whispering to him? What would be his greatest fear, greatest failure? Something that would kind of just eke away at his morale and may even trigger a little bit of fear.
Let's see, probably just the memory of the loss of his companions in the previous adventure.
Definitely, and with that, you hear it, like this voice talking about that loss, and one of the things, like probably the thing that drives you over the edge, is you hear the last scream of the two companions that are with you before, as this demon just clawed through them, eviscerating. You hear that blood curdling, that just truly wretched scream eke out, and you feel the fear gripping you. So with this, you are afraid. There is a fear check on, or a fear table we're going to roll on for this. So roll me a d8 and see how you come up here.
Alrighty. 3.
Sweet. So with this, like, you all hear Eldgrim begin to pant. You just start to hear like this, just like not like this short, shallow, intense breathing from Eldgrim as he's kind of trekking through. Just this like out of, like, you guys aren't moving quickly. It's definitely kind of hard going, but the breathing that he is getting is like he just ran a marathon, and you kind of feel that intense fear gripping you, Eldgrim. Also, Merc the exhausted condition. But outside of that, the rest of you are able to push on. You see Smokey looking a little bit more disheartened. Eldgrim definitely looking exhausted from this just psychic effect. But the thing that you all begin to notice next, actually, everybody roll me an awareness check as you all kind of march through this swampy mess.
Don't mind if I do.
If it's okay, I'll have the wolf roll, because the wolf can scout without any use of will points.
Oh, nice.
But if you think that it should be me, I can roll as well.
I'll go for the wolf. Yeah, because you guys are able to communicate with each other, right?
I know that I can give it commands, so I assume there's like some kind of connection there.
Well, so you can.
It may not be precise. Yeah, maybe more like something in that direction, sort of thing.
Oof.
I thought that because awareness was bolded, that it'd be a good number for me, but instead it's just a BS little 7.
Yeah,
and great. It's just great. I couldn't be happier.
yeah. I think bolded just means it's like coming from your class. Your class specializes in it. But
Yeah.
you still have to choose to increase.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have done that.
But yeah, as you guys trek through, Eldgrim, Hackleswell, and Erd, you guys notice that the marsh water like seems to be getting higher, like and higher. Like it's gradually at first, like it's so gradual that Erd or Smokey and the wolf don't really notice it. That kind of climbing. It's at first like it's just like a little bit taller, like an inch. But as you start stepping through, you start to see like up to your knee, a little bit further up to your thigh. As you guys start to truly notice that this water is increasing, you see it swell, and you see this murky, just swamp-like water begin, and just a tidal wave of water is coming towards you guys, heading from the direction of the tomb at the end of the swamp, looking to overwhelm you and engulf you within its mist. What do you guys do?
I didn't
Tide
take
must be
swimming as
coming
a
in.
skill. I really should have.
Avis, what's going on? Tim starts saying as he and the wolf start backing up and away from the wave.
This
know
is
what? You know what? This is gonna be stupid. No way this is gonna go well for me. But this is what I'm gonna do. I pull out my dagger, and I would like to do a fishing check.
Fishing? What are you trying to do?
Well, there's a wave coming at me. I'm betting that there's something causing that wave. Maybe there's a fish under that wave. I'm gonna swing at it with my dagger.
There's a tidal wave of water coming. You're gonna swing at it with your dagger.
I can't swim. I don't know how to swim. I'm just fucked.
I mean, you should have some ranks in
You
swimming.
should have a base chance. Yeah.
Fine, I'll use a swimming check.
Oh, I said you have to use it. I'm just saying stabbing at the water is not going to really go for you.
Oh,
Sweet. So,
That would have been a
Smokey is
success
preparing.
with my fishing check, by the way.
Smokey's prepared to swim. Is anybody else doing anything crazily different here other than racing for the water?
so I'll throw this at you, and then we'll see how it goes. Hackleswell is a mallard, so he's got webbed feet, which gives him a boon to swimming rolls, and he's also always moves at full speed in or underwater. I've also got sea legs, which is that I can, let's see, I'm safe from all negative effects of being in water for 1 round, including a risk of drowning when I activate the ability. So I'm really, like, water's my thing. I love some water.
Can I use spot hidden to see if Erd sees anything else peculiar about this wave?
Definitely. Give me a spot hidden roll. With Hecklesworth, is there anything else you're doing? Heckleswell, is there anything else you're doing with that?
I guess I'll just swim. I imagine this is not a huge deal. Like Hackleswell does not really like care all that much. Like, yes, tide's coming in. You know how it is. And then we'll just like turn into a duck.
Between this interaction with, because the mallard web feet, and then sea legs. Where'd you get sea legs from? Is that from your profession?
Yeah, it's from Mariner.
Nice. Yeah, I'll say you don't even. So if you're just looking out for number 1, you don't even need to roll. This is this is a tidal wave, but you're really good at swimming. You can breathe for a little bit underwater. You're gonna be okay.
Yep.
But if there's something else you want to do on this turn, you do have the chance to do that as well, to help others, to scout out, whatever you want to do here. You do have that chance, but for just the tidal wave itself, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, can I look to see if there's anyone that can noticeably see is struggling, and then I'll try and see if I can't help him out a little bit here.
This guy swinging a knife at the wave. He's struggling.
Yeah. Smokey does look like he's a little disheartened from making his trek through the swamp, and he does look like he needs a little bit of assistance.
The guy begging the wave to bring it on. He doesn't look like he's got a good plan.
So if you
Come at me, bro.
Smokey, roll a swim check, and basically this is because you're going to be fine, but basically this is you trying to pull Smokey along with you and out of the wave.
All right, perfect.
Bird, as you look through the wave itself, like it looks grimy and nasty, but one of the things you're able to spot in the distance is you do see kind of like this almost smoky red figure kind of standing at the top of the tower, and you see him kind of looking out for a moment, peering down as this wave comes through far in the distance, but you do see him kind of look out as the wave approaches and then kind of retreat back into the tower.
Erd would kind of like point at him real quick as the wave is approaching. And look over there at that guy! And then he just like huddle down, bracing for that wave to crash over him.
Perfect. With that, so yeah, so are you kind of like trying to brace, kind of hold yourself in position as this wave kind of comes through?
Yeah.
Sweet. You get your choice of making a swim check, or a strength check.
Ooh, let's see here.
And Hacklesworth, I mean, definitely probably like for initial bit smoky weighs you down. You kind of lose a little bit of your morale. Like, why did I go back?
Shouldn't have done this.
Eventually, you push through and are able to bring him up. And Erd, you are strong. I was like, this is going to be a failure. But yeah, you are able to hold position, and like you see this wave come crashing down. I don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I imagine you just probably like bash the handle of your hammer into the ground, kind of brace against the wave, keeping you in position. You're underwater for a bit, but luckily you're not swept through, and eventually the water does recede. Hackleswell, Smokey, Erd is good. Tim and Eldgrim, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna take my shield and kind of shove it into the ground to try to make the water like kind of go over it and hunker beneath it to try to create like sort of a blockade from the water that way.
Same choice. You could do swim or strength on this side to kind of see if you can keep yourself positioned in place.
Yeah.
Successful.
And Tim first is looking if there's anything at all that he can use to get to higher ground. And assuming there's nothing nearby, he's gonna have to try swimming.
You could definitely try to see if you could make like an acrobatics check, because there is one of the towers not too far from you. But it's gonna be a quick maneuver to get yourself over there. So you get your choice. Actually, it's your choice of acrobatics or your agility to see how quickly you can make it there before you get hit by the oncoming wave.
Yeah. Cool. I'll do it. No. If you let me roll agility, I'll roll agility because it's going to be better than all of the skills. So yeah, I'll do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to kind of quickly. Actually, how do you? So you see a tower in the distance. It's a ways away. You definitely have to be quick and agile to quickly scale that tower. How does Tim make it up?
Andrew.
Yeah. Tim is like low and just quick, and he knows how to navigate natural terrain, all kinds of natural difficult terrain. So this is water. So using his techniques, he's just like rushing over, and using that momentum, just rushing over. He'll also just grab onto whatever handles he can find and just hold for long enough for the wave to go past him. And yeah, that's what he does.
Perfect. So you guys see this tidal wave rush through. Some of you guys brace yourselves kind of against its onslaught. Some of you swim through and save others as you go. Others quickly maneuver themselves out of its waves, keeping themselves dry. But as this onslaught washes through, for a moment you lose track of your fellow adventurers, but as the water recedes, as it kind of goes back down into its usual marshy levels, you look around and you see that everybody is safe and sound. Nobody drowned, nobody took any crazy wounds from this. Everybody kind of made it through. You do notice that Tim made it through quite drier than the rest of you guys, but everybody made it out all right.
Twinkle Feathers, I have to thank ye. You kept me alive when I was ready to take the plunge. And however much I thank ye, my ex-wife thanks ye more for all the little money checks she gonna get.
You're welcome, I think.
I had the idea that if I got lucky, I could dig my knife into a shark or dolphin that was fleeing the wave, and it would carry me away. That was a bad idea, but it was all I had in mind.
Oh,
All right,
one
I'm gonna go now.
second. Because I forgot to do something.
Hmm?
Oh,
Did you forget to roll for our companion's swim check?
I did.
Uh-oh.
Did they get carried away into death?
No. She has a real bad swim. She has a 5. But you see Evise like just drenched, breathing hard. Like her hair that was like once like kind of immaculately done is just seaweed, marshy gunk all through it. She's leaning heavily on her staff. She just like she doesn't even say anything. Like you just see her like a tired glare in her eyes. Like she looks really angry, but also too tired to yell about it.
For the first time, there's just this hint of a smile on Tim's face as he goes up to her and says, "Well, you look like you could be one of us right now."
She looks like if you slapped, like that's like she looks as good as if you slapped her. She like she opens her mouth like and it just like stays open for like a minute and she's like trying to think of a way to retort, but then you see her just hang her head down and goes, I guess I do. I guess.
But that was a freak wave. Did that happen on its own? Were the waters here unnatural?
Yeah, guys, remember when I pointed up over there and said, "Hey, look at that guy"? I think that guy in the red robes that looked kind of smoky from the distance might have had something to do with it.
Santa. All right.
Red robes, you say? Evise, did you see anybody wearing red robes when you were here last time?
We didn't see anybody with red robes. The only thing we saw was the smoke coming out of the crystal, and the skeletons. And the waters rose last time, but nothing like this. It just got like just a little bit more difficult to move through. I don't know. I think it may get a little bit more dangerous, but we're okay so far. You guys see a point in the not so far distance now. You see that tower. We're pretty close. We just need to keep going, and we can find out the secrets, and you guys can get paid.
Lady, if you die, who do we see about getting paid from? Because I'm just saying, I'm not sure you're gonna make it, and I would like to get paid despite your survival.
I'm feeling as though this isn't the best vote of confidence for us all. Maybe we
make this
cease
point
this line of
before we
questioning.
even got started, didn't I? I haven't even had a day yet, and you've forgotten.
As you guys are discussing her mortality, or upcoming end to her mortality,
All our mortality has been visited upon in the recent history. She's no different.
Well, as I said, if I die, just do what you lot do and sell whatever you find in the tomb. That's where most of your pay is coming from with this adventure anyway. So, I'm sure you all could handle selling that. Right? And you see it's like, she's a little pissy with this. It's dripping with condescension. Like she is talking down to you guys excruciating.
She dies, we rape and pillage the tomb.
Being a real stinker about this, huh?
The way I see it, the sooner we can get over with this, the better.
Yeah.
Enough talk. More substance. Onwards.
You see she starts stalking off towards the tomb, and you kind of hear her muttering in the distance, well, it's not every day somebody tells me I'm going to die, and then I look scruffy. They kind of just muttering under her own breath as she walks off.
I never.
It's not great company either.
And I don't know which of you said it looks like Evie from The Mummy, but that's a good pick for this one. But yeah, you guys are able. Well, actually, what is marching order as you guys kind of head to the last bit towards the tomb?
I'll be
Now that
focused on.
Eldrim probably has a wet dog smell at this point, so he'll probably stay a bit further ahead than the rest of the party, but still leading the charge.
Perfect. Algrim, as you're leading the way, give me an awareness check as you go through. And as you kind of walk through and kind of get the last little bit, you start to see fog deepening around the area, kind of starting to rise up almost from the marshes itself, obscuring, making it difficult to kind of plot your way forward. But Elgrim, luckily, I mean, fog, you've probably spent quite a bit of time in fog. You know how to maneuver through it. You're able to kind of perceive as you get closer toward the base of this kind of tower on this hill, you start to see movement. You see creatures walking back and forth. You see these skeletons wearing ancient armor with symbols long lost to history emblazoned on their chest, kind of maneuvering back and forth, back and forth. And with your roll 2, I'll say that you count as you look across and kind of have some time to peer. You see 6 of them in total. 4 of them moving back and forth, and 2 seem to be kind of posted up towards the entrance to this tower. They haven't spotted you all yet. What? How do you guys want to handle that?
I'll hold up a hand behind me so that we all stop moving and try to, follow Smokey's lead and be a little sneaky about it.
I do have a sneak skill. How do we try it? Do we want to try a group sneak skill? My sneak is 14, so
I think
decent
it's
chance.
not too bad.
Mine's a 5, so.
And I will say this is an OSR style game, so don't feel constrained by the box.
Hey, look over there!
I know. So, can you describe the environment again? Is there potentially something here that maybe we could use to, deal with some of these guys? Any precariously placed boulders, perhaps?
So are they between us and the tower, or?
They are. So they are. So between you and the tower, with 4 of them kind of moving back and forth, and 2 of them kind of posted up. Hackleswell, give me a spot hidden check.
Oh boy, that's what I'll say. You know what? I'm gonna use another one of my funny abilities, which is ill-tempered. Yeah, so I'm gonna get real angry about it and get a boon to this roll. So I just start going crackle, 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 and see about this. Boon. 1. There you go.
Nice.
Hey.
So you notice this tower, kind of the tower that they're guarding, and one of the things too, so Evis would have told you guys this before, so the tower goes up, but what you guys need is kind of down. So you see they kind of like the top of the tower looks to be crumbling. Do you think if you get something hard enough, something strong enough, or some type of force that you guys could create, you may be able to topple the top of the tower, and you may not get all of them, but you may get a good chunk of them caught in its breath.
I'll point that out to my fellow party members here, and then just say, I don't have anything in the way of something that would make that much force, but I don't know, maybe you all do.
Smokey, I seem to remember you having a sling. You're pretty good with it with that troll.
I've got a decent sling skill, yes. Is there something you'd like me to hit?
One of those loose rocks up there. See if you can knock a brick loose.
Okay. I shall attempt to knock a brick loose.
Hell of a sling.
I was you,
He
you
knocked a
really-
pretty good sized hole in that troll earlier.
Yeah, so
Sure.
it can hit well enough. This will have a bane against it for this, unless you guys want to try to add something to the plan with the sling.
A heavier rock than a bullet.
Anyone got, I don't know, a grenade or something maybe? I don't.
Spears.
Why don't we throw
Any
the
magic?
NPC at it?
Yeah.
Do the
I'll
we
take
need help.
disadvantage with the roll.
Okay.
Looking at. So I know my sling has a range of like 20 meters. I don't know if that's going to be good enough.
If we could get our strongest party member or members up there somehow, like halfway up or
I got
near the
rope.
weak point.
I don't have anything I could secure it to up there, or like a grapple or anything like that.
It's a stony tower, so it's fairly easy to climb. The stones are kind of jutting out at regular angles due to the age. You do think if somebody was able to sneak back there without being noticed and strong enough, they may be able to whack the tower and hopefully move out of the way quick enough before it comes falling down.
Are any of us strong?
I'm strong, but I'm not sneaky. I'll tell you that much.
I'm sneaky, but I'm not strong.
I can.
Hey, with
I
our
can
powers combined, we won't get nothing done.
No, I can try to help with that. Or Hackleswell, because you are the sneaky one. If you could go a little closer to the skeletons and toss something in their direction to distract them, could let our dwarf climb up.
Or maybe we just try and take them. Can
Or that.
we try and take them from here? I mean,
The,
there aren't that many of them.
there,
Maybe if we get them to I mean, there are, what, 6 of them?
the only thing I will say is that I am much more capable and experienced in fighting natural creatures and unnatural creatures. I cannot judge their strength. 6 of them, is that too much, too little? I cannot tell.
I would say that I don't even know what these guys can do. I wouldn't want to go right for them. Crud. I don't know. I think we gotta use this tower somehow, but yeah, hell, I guess either we try slinging it or
Well, tell you what, guys. I tell you what, guys. I'll give it the old sneaky deaky. If it doesn't work, we're taking them on.
Sounds good to me.
You guys just be ready to run, okay?
So are you just sneaking forward, or are you guys doing the plan with Hackleswell of trying to cause a distraction and then have you sneak in?
I think just sneaking.
Okay.
Unless
Okay, it's not very precise, but I could try and tell my wolf to try and distract them.
Okay,
say,
wait.
or the sling could be used to just throw it against something nearby to make them look one direction while
I've
they
got
go
an
the other
idea.
way.
For a distraction here. Sorry. I've got a flint and tinder. I'll light a little fire over there, and they can go look at it, and we'll sneak around behind. Easy squeezy.
You are the sneakiest one here. You could probably sneak over there pretty good.
Yeah.
And again, if it doesn't work, we're fighting.
Okay. I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna go off to one of the sides here, and just start a fire.
All right, roll me a stealth check or sneak check.
Yeah. Let's see it. No.
Question?
I guess I only got so many left, huh? I'm gonna say probably scared of getting caught? Question mark.
Fair.
Let's try it again. Nope. Cannot. That's all I got.
Okay. So, yeah, you kind of start heading that way, trying to sneak around to the side to let it fire. But as you can go through, just one false step in the march just creates this little squeech noise, and you see, in rapid unison, all 4 of the skeleton heads turn all at once and start staring at you, Hacklesworth.
It's fine. Everyone else go. Go. What are you doing?
So we'll see how does everybody handle this at this point. They haven't spotted the rest of the other part of the group. Hackles is the only one that they have seen. They are looking towards him right now. Depending on what you all do, we may be getting into initiative, at least for Hackles or Hackleswell. But what do the rest of the 4 of you do?
I'm gonna continue with what the original plan was, to try to get up that tower to knock it down.
Gosh.
Actually, you know what? I am. Here's what I would suggest for the party, if I may. Table talk here. Everybody else runs to go help Hecklesworth, and I will stay focused on the tower. And Hecklesworth, sorry, Hexwell, Heckleswell. CT, you poisoned my mind.
I don't know why this one's getting me. I'm sorry, Doomer. I don't know why.
It's okay.
I called the character Merryweather earlier, so totally
I
wrong.
accidentally went with Tinkle-Feather. I'm so I don't know where the hell that came from. So many apologies.
Heckleswell has actually secretly been telling us that they have a different name for it.
Yeah, every single time I've just been saying something different.
No, anyways, so yes, you guys, the rest of you go and engage in the tower, or the skeletons, and I'm gonna go straight for the tower. I'm not even gonna try to be stealthy about it, and I'm just gonna try to whack it from the ground.
And I'll just swing a bullet at a skeleton.
So let's map everybody out. So with this, you said you were rushing towards the tower. You're gonna try to rush past the skeletons and bash it in.
Yes.
Okay.
The dwarf, the slowest guy at the party, is the guy charging the tower.
All right. So you're doing that. Heckleswell, you've been spotted. Tim, I saw, was notching an arrow, or drawing his bow, I should say. What else is everybody else doing?
I'm gonna head up next to Hacklesworth with my shield raised, prepared to defend from any oncoming attacks. I certainly don't like the idea of leaving them behind.
All right. So yeah, we are getting into combat. So let me throw you guys on the map here. Oh, sweet. So you guys should be able to see it now. And let me get up some viewers. You guys can see, basically you see the kind of this smoke or foggy area with the skeleton warriors surrounding. Heckles, you're kind of on. Oh, actually, Heckles plus Eldrim, you did run over to be kind of next to your compatriot, but you guys see this all kind of coming down all at once. We're going to get into initiative now. We're going to be breaking these into 2 groups. The skeleton warriors, as well as the skeleton archers. They're going to draw for their cards together, and let me get that in. Perfect. So we're going to go through a draw once again for the cards. Let me shuffle these up. As I said, for anybody that's more Foundry proficient, actually throw in the comments if you got a better way to easily run cards here. I played with it for a bit, but couldn't find a quick, easy way. So we were just physically drawing these ones. So we're going to go in order on my Foundry screen. So Eldrin, you've got 6. Let me switch you on that now. Perfect. Smokey. Smokey, you got number 1.
Heyo.
Okay, let me take a look at this map here. It seems map-ish, map-related. How do I move the map?
Heckleswell, you've got number 4.
Cool.
How do I move you yonder map so I can look at you better?
Erd, you've got 6.
2 6s.
What? Oh, one of those is a 9. That's a 9 for you.
Okay.
2 for the skeleton archer, and 10 for the skeleton warriors.
Oh, sorry. Was there one for Tim that I missed?
Oh, did I miss 10? 7 for 10.
Perfect.
Perfect. So, Smokey, you are kicking it off for the crew. What do you do as this all goes down?
I would like to take a few steps to my right. Let's see, I think I've got a movement of like 12 or something. So I think I can move at least a few squares. I can get Foundry to cooperate with me somehow. Yeah, I can't get to move or do anything, which is weird because I was
Is it
doing
paused
better.
again? No, it's not paused.
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna move over here, if I can, and then I'm gonna shoot the skeleton warrior up top over here with a sling.
Perfect.
And skills, slings, roll. Huzzah!
Roll some damage. Remember the damage, if you just click on the D8 next to sling, it'll roll it automatically for you.
Yeah, that's just not how it's working on my thing.
All right.
Unfortunately, yeah. So, but I'll roll the. Oh, wait, what the hell?
No, that was me just testing it.
Oh, so you can make it work. I can't. Okay. Well, fine. That's a good number. I like that. That's I like that 9.
Let's go with that. Sweet. Let me see. This guy have any armor? What type of damage? Is that piercing?
Bludgeoning, I think.
Bludgeoning is what it says on the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, bludgeoning. Sick. Yeah. Finish this guy.
And that is my glorious turn.
How do you take it down?
Action-packed turn.
Glorious.
Well, I'd like to think that the bullet goes through his face, and he's missing a few more teeth in the front, and there's a hole in the back of his skull.
Nice. Yeah, you see this kind of pull back on your sling, let a bullet fly through, and you see it smash through the skeleton's face. Like, first you kind of see it slow motion. It enters, pierces through, hole in the back, but you see this, as soon as like that crater emerges, you see the face just starts to crumble as the brittle bones collapse amongst themselves. And you guys are taking one of the skeletons out of the fray. All right, the skeleton archers are up.
Not so hard. We didn't have to spend so much time debating this.
Yeah. Listen, it is just the way that it goes, you know?
The first one is going to take a shot at poor Heckleswell with his crossbow.
I wish I could do a Donald Duck voice, but you know.
That would have been sick. You failed. You see the bolt coming towards you because you're down on the car, but luckily it goes right over your head. The other is going to take a step forward. He's going to be shooting at Smokey as took down his one of his compatriots.
Oh, come on. I'm not a threat. I'm not going to attack for how many more turns? Come on. Horseshit.
Ooh, 10 damage.
Glorious horseshit.
And don't forget, if you have armor, or do you have armor for Smokey?
I do. I have leather armor.
So I think that's -1, I believe.
Correct.
Okay. So I take a -9 to my hit points.
Yep. You see this kind of archer kind of go through, raise its crossbow skeleton hands, shaking, lets a bolt loose that just sticks into your flesh.
It's just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound.
Walk it off.
Yar, walk it off over there.
Ceremony checks won't be my problem much longer.
Heckleswell, you are up.
Haha. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. We got a couple of little stinkers over here, huh? So I can move 12. I'm gonna go. I will go over here. Oh, sorry. Over here. There you go. And then I'm gonna try and stab this skeleton guy with one of my knives here. Why not, right?
Shake away.
Alrighty. I will indeed. And heyo.
That'll hit.
And that's 11 on the piercing.
Solid blow. Like this is you go through. This is a well struck blow. For most people, this would probably be their death blow. You see, you kind of go through, break a few of its ribs. You kind of see some of the bones just kind of clatter to the ground, but it doesn't land as well as you thought it did. It should have, but this creature still looks rough. You see, it's like missing half of its midsection, but still holding itself up through whatever necrotic magic that reanimated it.
You little freak. These guys are witchcrafts.
You hear it just kind of like it opens its jaw, and you just hear this inhuman like shriek come out of its mouth, like as you break through its ribs.
Got bad breath too.
I imagine Heckleswell is probably immune to it after his troll experience. It's not great, but it's still better than the troll. It's not...
I would think.
But with that, Eldgrib, you are up.
All right, I'm going to move up here, draw my blade, and try to finish off this one that Heckleswell started on. But I am pretty exhausted from all we've been through. No, I'm gonna push that roll. I'm starting to get angry now with all these things we're dealing with.
Success.
There we go.
Yar, feed into your anger, your anger, your anger.
Let the hate flow through you.
Yes, yes.
Perfect. With that anger flowing through you, how does he take down the skeleton?
I imagine it's pretty distracted by Hecklesworth, so I'll run up and cleave its spine in half with my broadsword.
You just cut right through it. You see the spine fall, like the top half fall one way, the bottom half another. Both crumble as they hit the ground. The bones kind of deconstruct. All right. Oops, Tim, you are up.
All right, so Tim and the wolf move as one. If you could place the wolf token anywhere near Tim,
Oh yeah.
the wolf rushes out to its skeleton warrior, and I will spend my 3 will points to have it attack the skeleton warrior.
All right. You should hopefully be able to control the wolf now too.
Oh yeah, I can.
Sweet.
So, and right over there, and it's going to attempt a bite. This is a free action for me, but an action for wolf. Yes.
That'll hit.
And bites down. Where's that weapon? 4. I think I'll just have to roll it manually. The bite is 2d6. Oh, yeah. Good roll.
Nice. Kind of a similar situation with the dagger. You see him breaking in, like ripping out bones as he kind of clamps down and tries to drag the skeleton to the ground. The skeleton's looking rough, but still up.
Yeah. Cool. Good. Then I will take my shot at the same skeleton and see if the two of us working as a team can help finish it off. I think the wolf is more skilled at fighting than I am, but we'll see. We'll see. Where is it? Bows. Bows, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, success. Okay. And I haven't rolled damage yet, so if I just click here. Will it roll? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
Ew.
I'll take it.
Perfect. Yeah, enough. Bring it down.
And that goes down. The wolf and I both together look towards our next target menacingly. That's my turn.
Solid. All right. Erd, you are up.
Well, seeing how easily these things are falling, I'm not entirely certain that it's worth hitting the tower anymore. So I'm going to move towards that skeleton warrior that's left standing over here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. I can reach. And I will attack that with my mighty hammer. That is a success. Now, quick question. The weapon itself does 2d6, and then I have a damage bonus of d6 for my strength.
Yep.
So I need to roll a total of 3d6, correct?
Yeah, if you just click that 2d6 next to your light hammer, it'll roll it for you.
Okay, but I think it's just doing the 2 dice.
No, it added the extra for me automatically.
Yeah.
It's not doing it for mine. Because that only did 2d6.
When I rolled to hit after I succeeded on the attack roll, there was a button that said roll for damage in the chat area. I don't know if you had that or not.
I didn't see it if I did. I'm just going to roll an extra d6.
Okay.
13 total.
Nice.
Bludgeoning.
Perfect. Take him down.
In classic dwarven style, being the short, stout guy that he is, he's basically running up and just charging shoulder towards him, hammer kind of down, swings low and just clocks up the whole torso of the skeleton and through the chest, and the hammer hits the jaw squarely. The skull goes flying, the bones, the chest kind of explodes outside of it, and the basically hips down just kind of stand there for a moment, tottering until they fall backwards.
Perfect. You see the last of the skeleton warriors taken down. Top of the order, back to you, Smokey. Just the 2 archers remain.
Well, fuck me. These archers like a wallop.
Or do we
I think-
redraw initiative for the.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. We do
Oh
redraw
god,
it.
yeah, you couldn't
We've never
wait
made it to a second
one
round in combat
goddamn
before.
minute.
Yeah, should have waited just
There
a
was a
second.
strong chance I was about to take. All right, well, no, you go, you run, you thing.
So Smokey, we will start with you for the draw. Fortunately, you are now number 8.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Skeletal Archer is now number 7. Heckleswell, fortunately, now number 10.
Well, ain't that just the way? It's always the duck getting screwed over.
Eldgrim, you are now number 3.
It's always the duck getting fucked.
Tim, you are now number 5.
Well, put me on a skewer and roast me for Christmas.
You're peeking.
That's my brother, Peaky.
We didn't do Erd, you are now number 6.
For real this time, or am I 9?
No, really 6. Really 6. Yeah, 9 is still in there. All right. So this time, Eldgrid, you were the first on the draw. What do you do?
I'm gonna crush this skeleton skull that I slew last round as I move toward the archer and make attack against that one.
Nice.
I'm not gonna push it this time though. I'm already in pretty rough shape.
First, definitely fair as you kind of rush toward it, slash at it. I mean, you're exhausted, you're furious. Like, this has just been a long day of uphill battles. And unfortunately, that slash just goes a little bit wide. Tim, you are up.
Okay. I will spend 3 more will points to send the wolf hurtling towards the skeleton archer. It has 16 movement, so that's enough to get there. And then, once again, both of us attack the same target together. Let's see. Come on. Wolf bite, wolf bite, wolf bite.
Nice.
Yeah, wolf bite. So I'll just roll that. Oh yeah, that's
Solid.
much better damage than I could do.
Yeah, he goes through, just rips through bones, like definitely like just crushing and piercing through its bones, just taking chunks of the skeleton out. Does not look like it has much fight left in it. Tim, can you follow up with the wolf and put it down?
I will certainly try. So, attempt the longbow shot. Oh, just barely.
Hey.
Nice.
By the skin of your teeth.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Enough. How do you bring him down?
The wolf has it destabilized by like biting on the bones of its legs, and so because it's already unstable, I shoot it, and it just hits it like right in the middle of the torso, and the torso goes flying away from the hip bones.
Nice. You see the torso go from the hip bones and all come crashing down, and now there's just one lone archer amongst the fray. Are little dwarf's legs long enough to make it there?
I don't think so.
That'd be 16 meters.
No, I can only go 8.
You can only go 8 meters?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, because Will just got talking shit about his speed, and that sounds like I could be there. I could be.
Yikes.
Weird.
Yeah, I'd be all over that. No.
You could dash if you'd like to for your action, or if you've got a ranged weapon or anything else you could do on that side.
No, I'll just dash the remainder.
Perfect. All right. Smokey, can you put down this last archer?
Oh my god, it actually came around to me. I
Yeah.
was not prepared for that. Yes, I can take down this last archer, and I will. Is it within 20 meters of me? Or do I need to run first?
You probably need to move.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
32.
Well, I'm gonna move 10. And there we go. Let's where'd my there we go. Awesome.
Yes.
Now let's do the damage. That was disappointing. Was 6 enough to do it?
Not enough to do it, but he looks hurt. You bust through, probably bust through one of its kneecaps, and it's just hobbling.
I used to be an adventurer once.
Yeah.
But then I got hit with a bullet in the pelvis. Now I can't. Now I can't shake it like it's hot anymore.
So I became an undead archer.
Creature's on its last legs. Heckleswell, can you finish him?
Yeah,
Hold
Hackles
on.
will- Oh.
Hold on.
Hmm?
I was the last person, last in turn, right? So that means we have to reshuffle again, don't we?
No, I haven't
Heckleswell
gone.
was last. He had a
Oh
10.
my god! I
Yeah.
thought,
I got 10.
I thought I was the last in line. My bad.
Yeah, no, I told you that duck always gets screwed. And Hemsworth takes one of his knives, the one that he was holding in his bill, and chucks it right at the archer. So I'm gonna throw my knife because you know what, pirates do that. You know.
They do.
Let me grab it, right, and I will throw it. Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
How do you
Max
obliterate
damage.
a skeleton?
Hagglesworth, takes it out of his beak and just goes, steady as she goes, and just chucks it right at it, and the sort of skull just explodes into a bajillion bone fragments, and the knife lodges itself in into the stone behind it.
Nice. You see it shatter across. And you see the path inside the tomb is clear. You see Elise kind of pop her head out from the marshes. It kind of just like, oh, good. The path is clear. Good job, guys. Let's keep going.
Erd is like pulling bits of bone fragment out of his beard, just kind of like fluffing it off. He's like, let's get it on with.
There's like
My
a
line of business, we call that the splash zone.
We got something like that, but it ain't got nothing to do with those kind of bones.
Does anyone want to take a round rest?
I need the heals.
Okay, so
My
that might be a
heart.
stretch rest.
Now, so round rest is just for you for willpower. Stretch rest, it'll be helping out with some of the HP stuff.
I mean, I can stay in the back like I have been, but I'm down
We can only
to
do
I'm at
one-
half.
Yeah. You can only do one stretch per shift, though, right? Is that right?
Yeah, same with one round per shift.
Yeah.
I'll do my round rest just because I spent some will points. So if it's just a single round, I think we can move forward.
Perfect. Yeah, get some willpower back. Anybody that had spent willpower, feel free to get that in now too. I think Heckleswell is the only other one that did with forget the angry duck power. I forget what it's called now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Those
he's ill-tempered, yeah.
Okay.
Angry duck power.
What an equate sound. I can't remember the name. I'm having trouble with names today. But with that, if anybody has not, we're getting into the last little bit of our adventure. Make sure to throw Dragon into the chat. We have 8 people in so far. And a reminder too, if you were somebody that came at the start of the adventure and threw Dragon in, just throw it in again, just to make sure Nightbot has you in, to make sure you can get a chance to win. So with that, you guys are able to kind of go through, take a breath, and you are able to push open the doors of the tomb. And as you guys push it open, you guys are met with almost, it's a weird feeling. It's a heat with kind of like, it almost feels like when you get so cold that your flesh starts feeling almost like feels like it's burning. It's like a burning cold as you open that door. Kind of that hypothermia level where your flesh feels like it's on fire, but it's truly freezing out. It almost greets you as you guys come through. You see trails of smoke coming from the floor, rising out of the door, and just this stench of burning. Kind of like it's weird burning. It feels like burning oil, maybe, or burning coal. Just this weird industrial, almost like scent as you guys kind of open the door. But you do see Visco. That was worse than last time we got here. We have to press on. This is a chance of a lifetime. Chance of a lifetime.
Might cost you your life.
Do we have to? And he's walking forward as he's saying that.
You see V's kind of like falls in right behind you. Goes, I think so. I mean, you've bravely fought the skeletons. We survived the water. So I mean, it'd be a shame to turn back now, right?
We're still alive, right?
You see her kind of patting down herself and truly looks a mess after all this. I think so. But you are able to proceed further, and as you go through, you see the stench kind of gets deeper, the kind of just more of this oily, burning smell. The cold gets more intense, like it does feel like your flesh is almost on fire through sheer just icy chill as you go through. One of the things, actually, everybody roll me an awareness check as you guys kind of proceed further into the crypt.
Don't have to ask me twice. Oh, just kidding. Maybe you do.
Smokey and Hackleswell, you guys are just plain beat. This has been a day for you all. You've been beat up. You started the night being eaten by a troll for Hackleswell. For Smokey, you took an arrow to the leg. It's a rough day. You're not really picking up much as you go through. But Erd, you're pretty aware, and Eldgrim as well too. As you guys kind of go through, you start to see kind of just a flickering light, and you start to see like murals kind of along sides of this kind of downward path as you go into the crypt. And you see the murals. You can point it out to the rest as you kind of go down and kind of you see these murals kind of depict a story. It looks like, and you see kind of the start of the story. There was this vibrant empire. You see dragons flying overhead, kind of humanoid-looking figures with draconic features, kind of promptly and displayed in ornate armors. You see kind of this empire just grow and grow and grow, and that's kind of on the left side. On the right side, you see kind of a parallel to it. You see kind of as the empire grows, the first thing you see is just kind of like this little portal open and kind of a hand pop out. And as like the empire grows, the more this creature seems to kind of emerge fully. And as you guys kind of get down towards the end of this path, you see it kind of all converges into the end of this wall where you see this king of dragons, this kind of great dragon riding, kind of just draconic beast doing battle with a creature that kind of slowly emerged. And this creature, you see it's a mix of like flame and smoke. But the thing is, when you kind of watch it kind of walk, or when when you see kind of the mural depicted move, rather than leaving cinders or flames in its path, you see kind of a trail of almost ice leaving behind it. And you see eventually the dragon and this demon clash. And you see the demon eventually slay the dragon, but the dragon's kind of seems like in the mural depicting its last moments, holding out its hand and kind of grasping the demon. And you see the demon encased in ruby. It kind of is this large, sprawling crystal.
I'll gesture at the mural of the ruby and say, "Is that supposed to be your crystal, Avis?"
I mean, it does look somewhat similar, but these tall tales. Is it probably a little bit of hyperbole?
I don't know what that word means, but I don't like it.
She starts to like explain the word.
It's,
She goes, hyperbole means.
I'm about to die. I ain't about to learn something.
Looks like we're trying to steal a demon crystal. I don't think this is such a good idea suddenly.
What'd you say?
Killing Avis and going home.
What'd you say you wanted this crystal for in the first place?
We want to study it.
Everyone turns to her.
Finds from the old Draconic Empire, they fuel our society. The magics, the science they knew was so far beyond us. And guys, that's not the only thing that's in that room. There's a golden dragon head there that could probably be pretty. You guys can have it, can sell that. There's gold and rubies and other things too. You don't have to worry about that.
So we've had one bad experience with demonic forces. We are not looking to have a worse one. If we could go in there, if we could go in there and take everything except the crystal, I think that would be wiser.
Fair. I will say, one of my colleagues did bump the crystal last time we were in there. Just give a heads up.
This is brand new and relevant information.
I mean, you could frame it that way. I wouldn't say it that way, though.
I'll repeat my earlier question. Any in favor of killing Avis and going home? Say aye.
That's funny. You're a jokester, Erd.
I sure aren't.
No, you.
Look, she's been relatively nice to us so far. I'm gonna need at least a little bit of evidence before it's just killing somebody in cold blood. But I'm definitely gonna keep an eye or two on her. Whatever we
With
do.
that, everybody give me your choice of agility or awareness.
Agility or oh gosh. Let me.
Guys are on the ball here.
Oof.
So, Erd, you're kind of that I don't want to learn nothing mood. And just really not paying attention to her anymore. But the rest of the group, you guys are watching her pretty. Oh, you pushed?
I pushed.
Nice.
I'm angry now, but I pushed.
You see, after you guys like talk about killing her yet again, she tries to like dart towards the door. She tries to like just rush, not like towards the door in front of you guys. She tries to push it open, but the whole crew, you guys see her and are able to stop her before she opens the door. I don't know who. I don't know if you guys say who. Actually, somebody got in that one. Tim, you are by far the fastest. You're the one that stops her. And you kind of see as you stop her, she's shouting, we're right here. It's a scientific find of the year. You guys can kill me after I learn and bring this data back. But I need to do it. I have to do it. It must be done. And you kind of see her getting frantic, more frantic. She keeps repeating, it must be done. It must be done.
I look towards the other as well,
Maybe
holding her.
some sort of thrall or something.
Yeah, this doesn't seem good at all. Is everyone here okay with skipping out on the reward and leaving?
Well, now that we've gotten rid
I
of the
don't know about
guards, yeah, I think she might try to go for this crystal anyway. Look, we need to make a decision. Do we prevent her from getting this crystal, or do we go along with it and get the reward? I feel like those are the only two options here. We can't just ignore what's going on here.
If we let her go after the crystal, can we let her go after the crystal after we try and get everything else that we want?
Do you think?
Not the crystal?
Do you
And
think
then we let her
demon
do
lords
that,
roaming the earth
and
is
we
going to be a
leave.
problem for us to deal with later?
Because maybe
Yeah.
it'll kill her.
My
Alright,
opinion
show-
be that we. Oh,
The way I see it, we do it now or we do it later. We get the job done, right? We've come this far. You're not gonna let me kill her, so let's just crack this crystal open and put the demon down.
You're talking about. I gestured to the mural. You're talking about the demon that at least posed a challenge to one of the Dragon Kings. You really think we can take on something like that? Especially what happened in our last adventure?
Maybe it'll be a little bit sleepy from just waking up.
So, what does the crew do? You guys are at the door. To fortune, to fame, to death? Do you guys press on? Do you turn back? And Tim, as you're doing this, like she is still, like she's repeating it must be done. She's like struggling and trying to fight against you. She's not strong. You don't need to roll anything here, but she is still trying to make her way to the door.
So we have two, 4 or 2 against. Is that right? Nomad and myself against.
Well, here's an idea.
yeah, I don't
What
want
if
to do it.
we-
Sound.
What if we knock her out, tie her up, and go inside and see for ourselves what things are like inside? That way she won't follow us or try to get to the crystal on her own, but we can just find out a bit more about what's going on.
Okay. So someone said they have rope. We can just tie her up. Here, yeah.
Sweet. So you guys are tiring up and going in the room?
Yeah.
Sweet. No roll necessary. You can definitely tie her up. She's still kind of like struggling and kind of just muttering, it must be done as you do so. As you guys kind of open the door, it's like you have to strain a bit to kind of push it open. But you see kind of like the doors come wide. You see opulence. It's probably the first thing that greets you. You see that the tiles of this floor, the bricks are made of pure gold. You see on the left side a golden dragon head adorning the wall. And you look at it and you guys are probably fenced a thing or two, or kind of good at spotting what's gilded and what's like made of gold. This is pure gold. This isn't like gilded steel or painted gold. This is true gold hanging up on the wall, and you guess this is, I'm bad with measurements, but it's a chunk. This is something that's worth a good, this would set you up for life if you could even just bring that gold into your head. And the thing that you see on the other side too is there's one that's kind of emerald plated. So this one is a pure emerald. This is kind of like plated emerald, kind of like arranged in like a pattern on the other side. But you see 2 golden statues as well. But the thing that probably draws your eye the most You see deep in the floor is like a dragon emblem, and you see it kind of like almost looks like a casket, but it's in the floor. Built, it's like level with the floor, I should say. But outside of that, thing that catches your eye is this crystal, this red, just spikes, almost blood red crystal. And you see smoke gathering around it, and you hear a fell voice call out, and it goes, "Good, we've got more that have come to play. Oh, and you all are actually capable of play. Those scientists, paper thin, shall we say. Tell me your names. It's always good to know who you are going to play with."
Told you it was a bad idea.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Our names are our own. We are not your playthings.
Erd will like turn to look at the door that they just went through to see if they could just leave back out the door. Nope, let's get out of here. I've seen enough.
You do see, as you guys kind of say, whoever says no, 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 you do see the smoke take shape. You see this creature kind of similar to what you saw in the mural. And Erd, you recognize it too from what you kind of saw atop the tower as this flood was rushing towards the party. You see it take shape, this big, muscly demon with kind of pale skin around its face, but deep blood red across its body. But one of the things you guys notice is like while it takes shape, it's still a bit smoky. Like it's physically there, but it's almost slightly translucent. Like it's, maybe it's not fully formed, is the best way to phrase it.
See, he's still sleepy. Let's get him.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not smart and I'm angry.
You are angry, huh?
Yeah, I'm a lot of things.
So what does the group do? Are you guys trying to talk it out with the demon? Or are you all draw and steal?
I like that you present this as though we have an option.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna present
draw
steel.
my
Get the hell out of
sling
here.
and I take aim.
Oh Christ.
What option do we have? We can run or we can fight right now.
Do you say
Yeah,
it all?
run.
Then please run.
Yeah, I said that.
You can absolutely run.
That's not the only options you have, my friends. We could play a bit, and then you could bring me new people to play with. I'll spare 1 to 2 of you to go find me new friends, and then we keep playing. And then maybe I'll be able to go and play elsewhere once I played enough.
I pull out my sling and I aim it at the NPC. And I unload it through her head, because clearly that's what she's done.
When you were able to draw, you were sling. As he sees you draw, and he goes, "Okay, we play now. Maybe we'll talk deals later." Yeah, we'll get into combat.
Yarr.
Told you we
Haven't
should
you
have
all-
killed her.
Haven't you all haven't you all ever watched War Games? The only way to win is to not play at all. Come on.
You can all keep run at the moment too. You can all have that. We can absolutely split the party. Have some of us survive, some of us run. That is absolutely a tactic.
You all
I'm gonna
definitely
stay and
can
die.
run.
Yeah, I don't want this shit. I'm out of here.
I mean, you guys can run if you. This does look like probably the payday of a lifetime if you were successful. Even if you ignore the blood crystal, which you probably should, the dragon head, the gold bricks on the floor, the emeralds. This definitely seems like something that could set you up for your generation's lifetime. All right, Smokey, you are 5. All right. Erd, you're 3.
This was Dwarven legs.
Eldgrim, you are 8. Tim, you are 2. Hey, heck as well. Last to first, you're 1.
Let's go.
And the demon is 7. But he also does have ferocity, so he does get 2 turns. Sweet. Kick us off, Heckleswell. You see all this going down. You are the first to act. How do you handle this?
Man, Hegglesworth, if we flash back towards the very beginning of the adventure, Hegglesworth is just in this for the fun of it all, you know? Like, oh, adventure, yay. Hegglesworth ain't trying to die to no freaking demon. Are you kidding me?
Fair.
Yeah, no. I have no idea though. Jesus. I don't have a lot of options either as a little mariner. There ain't no water here. Yeah,
Tumor's
no idea.
character is once again going to be the one character that survives in a campaign.
Yeah.
Okay with them.
This is the 3rd or the 4th time this has happened to us, Rage.
Right?
Yeah. Can you blame me? I don't want to deal with that.
You
see
notice
that
I
thing?
mentioned
Got
catching
horns.
houses on fire with people in them.
I'm just citing
was
citing
an
a
Easter egg.
pattern, that's all.
I would say running is an option if that's what your PC would do. But how does Heckleswell handle this?
All right, guys, this is above my pay grade. I'm gonna get out of here.
Also, waiting is an option
hold up,
if you wanted
hold
to
up.
see what everyone does.
You can't
Other
wait.
people do.
What do you mean above your pay grade? Look at the pay grade in that room. Say it's above no one's pay grade. You full of fucking shit.
Listen, you ever heard of this thing? It's called YOLO. You only live once. I ain't trying to waste that on fighting no demon.
You're not fighting the demon. You're getting the goods after you fight the demon.
Yeah, you see the middle part there is where I have an issue with.
Hey, I got an idea. All right, lads. Let's listen to this, okay? They're gonna go steal some stuff while we fight the demon. You got a couple of bricks in your pocket. We get going.
You do see the demon is blowing smoke, blowing kind of this frosty. He seems amused, but he is tapping his foot. He's getting bored. He's about to act. He's about to
How
act.
dangerous is smoke, really? He keeps this up for a while. We might be at risk for asphyxiation.
Have you ever heard of emphysema?
Right.
I'm gonna.
Smoke is not a
Hegglesworth
problem.
Hegglesworth is fucking leaving the room. He's going. He's out of here, bro.
Fair.
Ain't no way.
So you all see Heckleswell dip out, little mallard feet carry him across back to the hallway. You see the demon kind of like, he looks sad. Oh, whoops, did not mean to delete everybody. Shit.
Oh. There you go.
Aw. Does anybody remember what they had?
I had a 1.
For me.
I had 3 for me.
Oh, that's annoying.
I believe the demon was 7.
Let's delete
I had
Heckleswell.
2 as well, 2 turns.
Tim, what'd you have? 2? Sweet.
Tim was 2, yeah.
All right, smoke.
I think I was a 5.
Okay. Demon was 7. Erd, what were you at?
3.
3.
3, my lord.
Eldgrim, what were you at?
8.
Perfect. Sweet. Tim, you are up.
Okay. Tim knocks an arrow and takes a shot at the demon, but it's not to deal damage. It's for testing its capability. He's trying to see. He's not used to fighting demons. He's only used to fighting creatures. He wants to see if this is a creature that he can fight. So I would like to roll for beast lore to learn about this creature, and
Okay.
like he's doing that by trying to like attack it in combat.
Yeah, definitely. Let me see beast. Yeah, beast lore. Go for it.
Yeah, and then the main thing is like, can we take this, or is this a mythical creature beyond our thinking? Oh, I will definitely push that roll. So, little disheartened right now with everything going on. Yes. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, you realize this is like this would be a tough fight. This is tough. Like this guy is tougher than the troll. You see, he's got his own like his skin is like hard as armor. So it's gonna take some of the sting off of your attacks. But one of the things you do notice though, is like the dot when he moves, when he kind of shifts, the ruby flashes. Like you'll see, like almost in tandem. His movements, his actions, they seem to be linked.
Linked with what? Sorry.
With the ruby.
Oh. Okay. So there's a connection there, or possibly a weakness, and that's the thing that's right behind him. Yes.
Yep, they're right there.
Okay. Cool. So I will point that out to the others. It's strong, but something about that ruby. Do you guys see it? There's a connection. If we can get to that, and that'll be my turn.
Nice. All right, it's gonna take one of its turns here. How far can it move? It can move 16. So luckily, it can't get all the way to you guys. But it is going to roll. See kind of what it can do here. Because it's got some other things that don't need range.
Uh-oh.
10 meters. Yeah. Oh. It's going to point at Smokey. So Smokey, you see it point its fingers at you, and just this foul language. It begins uttering this curse. And it is going to. You can just see this like look around. It goes, You like the wealth? Well, you must play with me until you earn the wealth. Any gold, any silver, anything of value you touch will turn and wither to dust. So curse is affected upon you. You even see the two, the kind of the brick that you're standing on right now, the golden brick, just kind of wither away from you. Erd, you are up.
Mighty kind of you to come to me. Oh yes, I need to actually move now. Move now. Not measure. Move now. And I go ahead and run at him and do my hammering thing. It's hammer time.
Heyo.
I'll succeed. Give me some damage.
Yeah, it once again is not giving me the option to roll the damage from the thing.
Well, if you click
there's-
Light Warhammer, it should give you that option.
Well, it does, but I'm not getting that third D6.
Okay.
I think you're clicking the hammer skill as opposed if you click the name of the item.
Yeah.
It might do it the way we've been doing it.
I'm gonna try it just to see.
16.
Nothing happens when
well.
I click that.
Do you have it equipped maybe?
In my right hand.
Nice. When you land a solid blow against him, you see his smile increases. Oh, you know how to play. You see, it looks like some of his skin abated some of the damage, but definitely that blow was felt.
I get because I'm angry. I just like yell at his face when he says, "Oh, you know how to play." I'm just
With that, Smokey, you are up.
Sorry, headset. Smokey up. Smokey will bravely run away.
Yeah.
Smokey runs away.
Smokey runs outside the room and he looks for that crazy chick. If he sees that crazy chick, he's gonna shoot her with a bullet.
All right, make me a sling check as you run away.
Okay. Character sheet keeps disappearing for no good reason whatsoever. All right, sling, roll. God dang it! I'm gonna push. I'm pushing. I'm angry now. There we go. All right.
I think that's enough. Let me see. Yeah. So that's enough. Poor Yves tied up as your group faces a demon fighting for their lives. Smokey, you are able to run and put a slug into or a pellet through poor Yves as you make your way out.
Awesome. I love it when I kill people who can't defend themselves. That's the best kind of murder. Fantastic. I put 2 cards down in defense mode and begin weeping.
With that, you see the demon goes, "Oh, your friends are leaving. They're not the best playmates. You all are made of sterner stuff, though, right?" And you see he rolls again. Yeah, so he is smiling. He's slashing. Yeah, smiles and slashes with his claws. Not too bad, actually. You see it rake his claws through you, Erd, just for 4 slashing damage. He goes, "You dwarf, you'll stay and play." Eldgrim, you are up. What do you do?
I'm going to step forward and say, "Why don't you play with me?" And I'm gonna use my hunting instinct to designate the demon as my prey.
All right.
That's my action for the turn, and then I'll say, Erd, I'm not leaving you. We're gonna make it out of this together. And that's gonna be my turn.
Perfect. You see the demon smiles as you come to play and mark it as your prey. He goes, "Oh, 3's better than none." And next round, Tim, you kick it off.
Rotating initiative, or are we just gonna keep running with it?
Oh, I was drawing as you guys are going through the turns. So there's no initiative. Yeah.
Nice.
I actually, for this round, wanted to use my veteran ability, which lets me keep the card from the previous round.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. So what were you
So
at before?
I had an 8 before.
Okay, sweet.
Why no? Why 8?
So I can parry an attack if it comes my way.
Oh yeah.
I will just draw a new card for you. Who was that? Not Eldgrim. Tim. Oh, you're number 1 now.
Nice.
All right. So Tim, you are up.
Okay. 3 willpower points and send the wolf to also help with the tanking. The wolf will not be able to parry. So if you could drop the wolf token anywhere around the demon, I'll just roll for him with a bite. Yeah. Bite. Yeah. Oh, this wolf is so good. saved my button so many times. And the damage.
Solid.
Excellent.
Bites into the demon. You see its skin negates some of it, but you do see blood dripping from the bite as the wolf lashes its jaws on
Good
it.
enough. Some distraction while I'm like sneaking off to the side over here and taking a shot at the crystal.
Nice.
So let's see. Let's see if there's something we could do.
Successful?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes.
Solid. You see the crystal break like a chunk, like 2/3 of the crystal break off. You hear the demon howl out in pain and look confused and scared as you do so. It almost grow a bit more smoky, a bit more translucent as that goes on. But you see like a bit of fear come into its eyes as that all takes place.
Nice. That's my turn.
Demon is up. Let's see. What's he gonna do? Oh yeah, he's gonna do that.
I don't like the sound of that.
Erd, make me a will save with the Bane.
Will save with 1 Bane.
I don't like that text.
Hey, good. Yeah, so you see the demon point its finger at you, glare, its eyes intensify, and you hear it both in your mind and out loud say, "Kill him," pointing at Tim. But Erd, you resist the call and are able to keep yourself in check. And you see that just a bit of fear once again enter the demon's eyes. Oh, yeah, Erd, you are up.
And I'm just already angry and pissed off and already screaming at him. And when he points at him and says, "Kill him," I just go, "No!" and hammer down again. Yes, again, clicking on the thing doesn't work. All right, so hammers roll.
Oof, are you pushing it?
I will push that. I will go with disheartened because my friends all ran away.
Not all of them.
It's a demon.
And it even worse.
I don't think I made it clear. My plan is to come back into the room on my next turn.
You ran away.
I just wanted to make
You ran
it
away.
very,
Braves the
very
Robin.
sure that the chick was dead and couldn't pull this shit twice. I'm a very vindictive player.
Oh, are you coming back?
Absolutely.
Oh, why'd you say run away? I thought you were just killing her on your way out.
Oh no, I know I knew she wasn't in the room.
Can I do? I want to do my unforgiving, and that will give me a boon on it, so I have advantage. Or is it too late for that? 'Cause I
Unfortunately,
pushed.
too late for that one.
All right, that's fine.
That one next round.
That's all right. I'll remember next time.
But the demon's going to use its last attack for this turn. Claws. Oh, who bit him last? The wolf bit him last. So you see him just slash his claws out at the poor wolf.
No.
6 damage. You see it rake its claws along the wolf. But I think, the wolf's still standing solid. Eldgrim, you are up.
I'm gonna not like get an action or anything, but kind of try to taunt the demon. It's like, come on, I came all the way over here and you're not gonna play with me. And then kind of as an aside to Erd, you go for the crystal. I'll keep playing with this demon as I take a swing at it with my sword.
It's gonna take me 2 rounds to get to the crystal.
I think you can dash maybe, but
With
I don't-
dash.
Yeah.
or
I was more if I got short stuff legs.
and I am going to spend a willpower point with hunting instincts to gain a boon on the attack.
All right.
There we
That'll
go.
hit.
Low damage, but I'll take it.
Solid. You cut into its armor, seems to protect it from most of the blow, but a bit of it does leak through.
Yeah, that's my turn. And I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna keep my initiative for next round.
Keep the initiative, all right?
Yeah.
Sweet. So the demon goes first this round. You see, it is going to maneuver over here, and you see it yelling at Tim. You must stop this! As it lashes out. All right, it's going to point at Tim this time. He goes, "If your friends won't kill you, you will kill your friends." Give me a will save with Bang.
Oh my god, okay. This is where it might pay off to have put my 18 in will instead of charisma. Have swapped it, or instead of agility.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Bang,
yeah.
though.
Oh, sorry. Yes. I'll just roll it one more time.
Yeah. Solid.
Oh.
Yeah. You feel the demon's voice in your head, but you stay true to your purpose. Oh, that's kind of cool. I did not do this intentionally, but yeah, Tim, your turn's up like ours was right after all this went through. So, Tim, you're up.
Ooh, okay, it's all of these like layers of pessimism that Tim has. Nothing can penetrate. Let's see. Yeah, it's far, and I don't know. The wolf doesn't have like a very clear rule, so I'm just gonna get it to attack it. Let's see how many will points I'm at. I did pump it up. So 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 4, 5, 6. That should be enough. And then the wolf will first attack the creature. And then fight. Oh,
Hey, Wolf has been MVP over
I
here.
love
Every
this.
time. Solid.
That much. And then I will start moving this other way. So I believe you can just go through allies. So
Yeah.
Wahoo.
here, and then take another shot at the crystal.
Perfect.
So barely, but yes.
Nice. See how that damage comes out.
High roll. Good enough roll.
Solid.
Hey.
Take that crystal down.
Oh, yes. You know what? 3 arrows knocked at one.
Okay.
And then shot at like 3 different pressure points. One of them just pings off, but 2 of them hit and start cracking it all up.
Perfect. You see the crystal shatter, and we get just shatter, and then blood kind of seeping the floor. You see the demon, like before, had this kind of just gleeful joy as the fight was going on, then kind of slowly turned to fear. But you see the crystal shatter. You see pure terror cross his face before he just evaporates into the smoky, icy torrent. And you see the ground marked with ice, but the demon is gone. As you look around, you see your old friend Smokey is back in the room, but you guys have survived. And everybody lived. Not everybody.
Yay.
Maybe an awkward reunion with.
We'll go back to the tavern like
With
2
the
or 3
hackles
days
well.
later, and we'll see them sitting there. We're all just like totally gilded, decked out with all the gems and everything. Like, hey, what's up?
You lived,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, for sure. My character is just like hanging out like a room away, but just to see how it goes. I was gonna let them, get their loot or whatever, but just hanging.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense that you would abandon and betray these people who you've been working with for quite some
On and off.
time, and on your most recent adventure, you lost a very close friend. It makes perfect
Listen.
sense that you would, at the first hint of danger, just Just
first hint
free
of
and press
danger.
silver.
Hey,
Okay, that wasn't the
Hey.
first hint of danger.
to be fair, we like 2 of our party members just died.
Just died.
So, yes, I think it's completely reasonable.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was certainly going into that fight, maybe thinking it was my turn after the 2 in the last adventure.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
But yeah,
Barnabas would be proud.
you all make it out. The ruby is gone, but there is loot aplenty in this room. Probably getting it back is going to be one of your major challenges, but that's a problem.
Oh
for
no,
another
that's
day.
easy. That's easy. Demon's dead, right? So we can just carve it out and create a leather sack to put everything in and then drag him out.
I think it
Before
just
the
disappeared into
demon
ice, right?
evaporated into ice.
Yeah.
What do you
But the troll.
The troll. Yeah, you guys can go back.
Oh, there you go. Go back to the
You know,
troll.
that is self-healing leather.
You're probably gonna have a harder time fixing that gold with the smell. But yeah, people will put up a lot for
You
gold.
can rinse it off
Hey,
with the
hey,
river.
hey. I'm a blacksmith. I'll just recast it. It'll be gold ingot by the time we get done with this.
But with that, you guys have wealth beyond imagine. You all survived, and that is our Dragonbane adventure. Actually, if you guys do stop on the way back and look for that troll's home, you did find some more gold as well as some magic trinkets as well. But we won't worry about that point because now you guys are pretty much fabulously wealthy. With that too, if you haven't yet, throw Dragon into the chat. We are going to roll that pretty soon. We've got 10 people in so far, so definitely make sure you get that in for a chance to win. Before we roll, any parting thoughts for the crew from Dragonbane and any the system or anything on that side for everybody?
I personally liked how the balance between crunchy and smooth so far as setting it up the character and being able to play the game is concerned. I think any sort of difficulty that was had, at least on my part, came from Foundry itself rather than the game mechanics. Legitimately, I didn't look at anything for this game before about 8 hours ago. About 12 hours ago, and I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on the core of it. I'm sure there's some more finesse that could be done, but I'm a dwarf. I swing a hammer. What finesse do I need to know?
Yeah, I've played a few games this year that have different versions of when you roll bad, you can take some penalty to re-roll or get a better number or whatever, and every time they do that, I really like it. And I think this is a different but good implementation of that with the pushing the roll to get the condition. Because not only does it help you avoid bad rolls in situations where you really want them, but also you get a condition that you can kind of role play, and that creates some interesting story with your character. And it really captures that feeling of we're pushing on through this adventure and we're getting disheartened and scared and angry, but we're making progress. And I thought that was really cool.
That's one of my favorite things. Push mechanics like that, Devil's Bargain has been one of my favorite things. So I'm always happy when systems put those in. I think it's just a cool, you have to decide if it's worth it because it's going to be a cost either way. So I think that's always fun.
Yeah. I enjoyed character creation. I thought it was pretty easy, pretty cool. With Hackles, I literally just went down the line and rolled for everything. It was real easy.
I like the roll for things. When I did my PC creation for the video, everything except Mallard. I wanted to do a Mallard, but I rolled everything else. Sweet. Last thing I'll say for myself too, this is probably I think I paid $50 for it, but that's the most because the whole I think it's in the first impressions video I did an unboxing that you get so much ridiculous stuff for the $50 with this game. Small complaint that I don't have a hardcover, but it's definitely worth it to go get the set for this because you get a ton of crazy stuff. Free League always gives you a PDF too, so you get the PDF and everything you need on that side. You get PDF of the cards and everything on that side, so a great deal there. Definitely a fun system too. It's kind of cool that they remade an old 80s game too. So it kind of historical is a bad word, but it kind of feels historical, even though the 80s shouldn't feel historical yet. But
Almost
so,
40 years ago, depending on when the 80s that was.
80 years, so yeah. But yeah, so I enjoy it. Definitely, if you're on the fence for it, go check this one out. Yeah, let's roll and see who gets this. Not sure what's happening. So congrats to you. Hit me up with either on my Gmail, teganjgaming@gmail.com, or if you have Discord's a little bit easier. If you do, same thing, teganjgaming. And then we'll get your email and your information. We'll get that over to you as well. So congrats on the win there. Definitely, if you didn't win, still go check it out. It's an amazing system. But for January, we've got a new game of the month coming up. This is one I've heard quite a bit about, and it's been recommended to me multiple times. But we're going to be diving into 13th Age. I've heard a lot of great things about this. I heard it's kind of a good, like I always hear kind of referenced around things like good 5e alternatives, kind of a good tactical blend too. So I'm looking forward to kind of diving into it. I've never played it, so that'll be our game for January. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Not sure what's happening. Definitely hit me up. But yeah, we'll see you.